Hi there, my name is Phixfox, and welcome back to Heroes of Might and Magic 3. This is going to be the third scenario in the Crag hack campaign here in the Shadow of Death. This is going to be a cage in the hand, not to be confused with a bird in the hand, with the old idiom of one bird in the hand is worth two birds in the bush. No, this is going to be one cage in the hand is going to be worth however many rib cages we can possibly find on the map. I think that it was actually in the very first scenario here in the Crag hack campaign that we ended up finding a spare skull helmet, and we just won the scenario maybe when we weren't supposed to. I don't think that we're going to find multiple rib cages from here on out, don't you? So with that being said, let's dive into the specifics of scenario 3 here for Crag hack. We have a medium-sized map with the description as such: Crag hack must acquire the rib cage of power from one of the liches haunting the swamp of Ferris to win the scenario. However, if Crag hack is defeated in combat, the scenario is lost. Crag hack is limited to level 20. We will carry on our experience, skills, and spells on to the next scenario. That's very important because our skills have turned out pretty okay. I'll show you what those are in just 1 minute, but we did finish off with getting logistics as our final opportunity, and that put a smile on my face. We are going to have the impossible difficulty on, and we have the choice between starting off with an additional 40 wolf raiders, an additional 30 orc chiefs, or 5 ogres. I don't see how wolf raiders versus ogres can possibly be equal. And then the orc chiefs, I think, are probably your best bet here. Ranged damage, even with the offensive capabilities of Crag hack, the hand-to-hand combat, you're still going to do tons and tons of damage from range with all of our attack skill. I think I'd prefer the orc chieftains, but as always, let's let the dice roll decide what we're actually going to take here. Looks like we are going to roll a 5, and a 5 is going to be the worst. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So with that being said, let's let Crag hack take it from here.
I got Sandro his cursed sword, and now he wants me to fight more moldy necromancers to get some kind of armor made out of bones. Huh. It'll be their bones I smash.
These don't look like dead people. These look like acolytes of some kind. Kind of interesting there. Splendid! I see you have been successful once again, Mr. Hack, Sandro says back at the Wingtail Tavern. Crag hack, you grunt. That stinking Death Knight Marzeth is now a dead knight. Now, the third item I require is the Ribcage of Power, which is being held by a group of necromancers somewhere in the small swamp called Ferris. He hands you a small map. It was being kept safe for me in a sanctuary, but the necromancers, knowing its importance to my research, burned the sanctuary to the ground and stole the ribcage. They will do everything in their power to stop you from obtaining it. Undead people to fight? I don't like their smell. They stink! You frown as you look at the map. Sandro takes out a sack and opens it partially, revealing gold and gems. Think of the rewards I promised, and the evil you will have eliminated from Enroth once you have gotten me all 4 items. You think a bit, and then slowly you nod in agreement. After all, these necromancers did burn down the one place where a hero ought to feel safe. They should be made to pay for the evil they have done. However, doing battle for this wizard is turning out to be not as much fun as you had hoped. Sandro makes you think too much. We do start off, oh, never mind, we got one more bit to read. As you enter region marked on Sandro's map, your first thought is to set up a stronghold. The wizard apparently doesn't have any barbarian friends in this land willing to lend you their home, but luckily your scouts report an occupied stronghold nearby. Looks like it's going to be Crag hack, level 15 barbarian, 21 attack, 8 defense. That is going to be fantastic for us. 3 spell power, 1 knowledge. Ouch. We need to find knowledge wherever we can. This is officially a problem, but we did pick up the basic logistics along with our leadership, along with our wisdom and our earth magic. I think that we're still going to have a pretty good time with Crag hack. Getting the logistics there really made me feel pretty good about that previous scenario. 18 goblins and 5 of the ogres. Wow, I would much rather prefer pretty much anything else. We're going to pick up gold. We're going to ignore orc chieftains. Maybe you fight the orc chieftains here if you had anything but 5 ogres, but 5 ogres is just not going to be enough. However, a pack of ogres a pack. It's still too many, even just with 5 ogres. You see, with wolf raiders, I might consider taking this fight. I don't think it's in my best interests at this point. I'm not going to do enough damage really to, you know, spell my way to a victory here. And the problem is not that my attack skill is so good, because it really is. I think that the problem is that I'm going to take damage and I'm not going to be able to prevent it. I will have a shield. Is that going to be enough? 1 shield, and then maybe 1 magic arrow. Tell you what, it's not going to cost me, I don't think. Let me check. Bless, it could cost me a bless spell to just use the visions, but I am going to use the vision spell real quick. 10 ogres, we can beat 10 ogres, and for the equestrian gloves, that's just too big of a prize to pass up. So 10 ogres, bad, but not so bad that I'm not going to fight this fight. Let's put our ogres up top, let's split off the single stacks, and let's go to town. Let's do even better than this. The 18 goblins, you know, I'd prefer not to lose anybody if I can possibly help it. And let's actually see if we can get these ogres to split on this map here. We're going to leave a couple of our goblins up, a couple of them down, and hopefully half will go bottom, half will go top. And then we can really adjust this fight to our liking. Let's see what these ogres will do. Looks like they're going to try their best to stay together. No, 1 ogre is going to make himself easy prey. This is perfect. Anytime you can play with terrain, you're going to be feeling pretty good about your chances moving forward. I think I'm going to step up to here and here and just like this for the rest of my goblins. As we wait for these ogres to come down the battlefield, this top stack looks like it's going to wait for us. I think that we're still going to get the opportunity to really do our damage where we want to. No, we're going to have to potentially take a shot here. Let's just back up. And it will be the goblins that get the first strike. We have a better chance than not in killing one of these ogres right here. Let's give that a shot and go from there. Checking on these ogres from the south. Looks like all of our other goblins are going to be best off coming on up and just staying just out of range. It's really all I want to do is just stay out of range. I have blocked myself off a little bit from getting to this ogre right now. The 11 goblins here should do 30 damage. Just about 30 damage instead of 32. We do eventually kill them, and I don't think that the ogres are going to stay so far back. Interesting, they do. I didn't think that they would stay so far back that we would have to worry about taking a shot here, but it looks like the ogres are playing this game of distance. And if I was being really cheeky and really felt like it was going to be worth my time, I would potentially go all the way over here and try and get one more split in these troops. I think that if I shield my ogres, I'm going to be okay. So with that being said, let's cast the shield right now. It's going to last for a couple of turns anyway. And with that, let's just wait. Let's do some damage here on this stack of ogres now. Looks like it's going to be the second stack of ogres, so that's actually going to be perfect, because we're going to retaliate probably against that first stack. Oh, wrong one. Meaning that I suppose we wait, take our hits, retaliate, and go from there. That's even better. I'll take that all day. I don't think we kill 2. We do kill 2 when there's good luck. Anytime you get good luck against some of these foes, you're going to do tons of damage. We got 12 hit points left here. Let's attack there. And I really wanted to lose 0 goblins in this fight because we had eaten the retaliation earlier on one of our single stacks. It just might turn out that we are that lucky. 1 hit point left. Nice. Very nice. From here, we're just going to wait, kill, and go from here. I'm not going to worry too much about getting a good shot here. We're just going to defend all the way across the board. Weights are up. And nobody's home. 5 goblins lost. It's a long process to make sure that you save these troops, but when we only had 18 goblins to start off with, that feels like that was worthwhile. A brief stop at an improbable rural inn yields an exchange of money, tails, and accidentally, luggage. You find a magical pair of gloves in your new backpack. Increased movement points on land. This is fantastic. I think that that's going to be an additional, 400 movement points per day? That is worth our time. This is an interesting problem. It's been a long time since I played this scenario. A light blue border guard. We have to get through a border guard in order to get to our castle. This is going to be our stronghold. We want this, but I think we're going to have to wait. There's a road to the south. I imagine that either going through the subterranean gate or to the south is going to take us to this border tent. something tells me it's on the road. It's been, again, a while since I played this scenario, but I think it's down the road instead of into the subterranean gate, just in case, though. Yeah, no, let's go back up and then just go down the road. We do see a gold mine and stables. We're probably going to abuse those stables, using them at every opportunity, at least once a week. A smooth stone on the face of this pillar begins to swirl as you approach. Looking into it, you are amazed to see answers to questions you have pondered for years. The stone suddenly goes still, but you realize you have learned much. Crag Hack, level 15, he still has much to learn. Nothing wrong with that. Light blue setting sun, dark blue rising sun. The sun sets in the west? Right? Sun sets in the west, so I'm guessing that this is just indicating that the light blue border tent is to the left, and to the right is a dark blue border tent. That tells me everything I need to know. I'd love this cliff nest. I have to make darn sure that I'm able to get to my ultimate goal. That is getting a town. We only have 5 days left. Let's not stop and pick up freebies unless they are really right along the way. These stables actually are going to be worth it. It's day 3. It's going to take us a little bit out of our way, but now we are up to, it looks like it's going to be 2,400 movement points a day. That's a lot. That's a big up for us. Let me just take one check here. Gold mine north, tent south. Okay. I appreciate this. There is the tent. We could have seen it if we just go south, but even this little bit of flavor text, it feels like a little care package from the map designer. It just feels like they were trying to take care of me and saying, hey, look, I know that we're making you go way, way far out of your way to get your first stronghold, but here you go. And they threw us a bone. You drink from the fountain's waters and feel young again. Sensing your renewed vigor, your army's morale improves, allowing you to cover additional ground as you head for your next battle. If nothing else, I'm sure that the horse appreciates a drink, right? Probably. The caretaker of this Keymaster's tent seems happy to see you. Ah, finally, someone worthy, he says. I shall send word immediately to the border guard that you are allowed to pass. Speaking of letting your horse drink, by the way, that's one of my favorite stories from my folks. I come from a family where they do quite a bit of hunting. Unfortunately, I do feel bad for my dad because he's enjoyed hunting very much. It's an opportunity that he has taken to spend with his dad, and unfortunately, none of his sons really got into hunting too much. Neither me nor any of my brothers really truly got into hunting. But still, one of the favorite hunting stories is that they were on their horses and coming back, one of the horses gave up. It said, nope, I'm not going any further. And the horse didn't realize how close they were to camp. It lays down, they walk another 30, 40 yards, and then the horse realizes, oh, we're home. Okay, fine. And he gets up, trots over, has a drink, and goes from there. So horses are persuaded by water. I don't know what to do with this first week's worth of purchases. We got to get something. It's day 5. 2 purchases to make. We could get the Citadel. It looks like the Wolf Pen's going to be a little too far away. We could get the blacksmith and then the orc tower. No, that would be the upgraded orc tower. I definitely want the wolf pen. If I get the wolf pen, then maybe with a little bit more ore, I can get the rocks. But not today. Unless I trade. No, there's no amount of trading I can do that's going to make that work. So, unfortunately, I think, unless there's some resources right here, underground, there's not. I think that we're just going to have to head in this direction. Let's see real quick. View Earth will reveal the location of all free resources to us. There's gold, wood here. Wow, plenty of gold. Plenty of gold. My word, so much gold on this map, but not a lot of loose resources. It looks like there's going to be a sawmill and maybe an ore mine over here. Let's head south, double back and get that gold mine perhaps through the pack of rocks, and then we'll carry on. Maybe day 1 is actually going to be a tavern, since it's going to be a long way until we can get our wolf raiders. Let's just plan on getting a tavern now. Let's purchase out all these troops, take them with us, and then from here we're going to have one hero maybe go down the road in this direction while we go in the other. Good plan, bad plan. It's the plan I'm working off of right now. What a wonderful circumstance. Oh my word. Never ignore the subterranean gate lest you allow an enemy to approach unseen. That's excellent advice. What's even better is Sarog the Battle Mage starts off with the best possible amount of troops and with the speciality of +1 gems. I'm feeling great about having this hero. They are one of my all-time favorite barbarians simply because it's like having a free gem pond. I'm going to trade over these troops. We're even going to bring over these wolves, and then we're going to let Sarog go here into this territory, and we'll figure out what Crag Hat can do with an additional gold mine. So there is a sawmill. We have found the sawmill. We did find the blue Keymaster's tent. That's good. And look at this. 1 cliff nest, 2 cliff nests. There is an ogre fort here. I'm picking up some vibes here. I'm picking up some memory vibes where there's going to be lots of these dwellings, and that's going to be important to get dwellings back at our main castle, so that way we can increase the amount of troops that we're going to get. And also, we're going to have multiple heroes doing a good job supporting our primary heroes in running logistics. This is a map that my dad would do great on, because as I've mentioned in the past, he is great at logistics. This fight, don't let your eyes deceive you. You might think that this is an easy fight. I definitely don't think it is. I am mostly happy to let the ogres and the wolves take some damage here. 6 speed, 5 speed. Ogres are pretty tanky. Let's try and save this big stack of goblins. Let's keep everybody all buttoned up, just in case something bad happens. Rocks do allow us the honor of maybe reaching out and grabbing them first. Will I be able to reach here? I will once this goblin here moves. We're gonna lose our single stacks pretty quickly here. Let's take 1 retaliation here. So this Thunderbird, this rock is going to be good to go. I don't think that it's not going to be this rock that we take. So let's just step in front. Oh, probably to right here so that nobody can get in on our orcs. And then probably once again, let's just wait here. And we'll see if we can do tons and tons of damage. Even if we hadn't have stepped up right there, the ogres still would have been in trouble. Is it going to be worth a shield on the goblins, knowing that they're going to take so much damage? Could be. A slow could be worthwhile on these 2 rocks here. A haste could be worthwhile, so we can take out damage where it's available. Wolves are going to be able to reach this bottom rock here. I think that we're going to have wolves go down, goblins defend, and if the orcs take damage, so be it. Let me just haste these ogres. That's going to last a couple turns. That means that they're going to be just as fast as some of these rocks. Let's step up to here. Here. Wait a second. Yeah, we're still fine. And then right there. Rather lose wolves than lose even some goblins, so we'll see how this goes. This top rock is going to get to go next. I don't think that the ogres are going to take any of this attention. Oh boy. But the good morale and the haste turns into a really nice pickup for us. 2 wolves go down, 1 goblin. We're fine. This is going to be just fine. This is going to be more than fine. This is going to be a slaughter. One of my favorite things in the world is when Phixfox overthinks fights. And when I overthink fights, oftentimes that means I'm going to do better than I otherwise would have. But even though, I didn't have to overthink it, and that fight could have gone a lot easier, it's really nice that I was prepared and then just got lucky anyway. Now let's think about where Crag Hat goes. I do see basilisks here. We already mentioned border fort here, hill fort here. That's kind of a big deal. Allowing yourself to upgrade all of your troops, that could potentially be a big deal. I think that this gold mine as a pickup is nice. Let's try and get rocks wherever we can. Unfortunately, I think that by purchasing the tavern, no, we did pick up enough wood. We are going to be able to pick up the wolf pin now, and then tomorrow it's going to be the cliff nest after Sarog picks up some free resources here. Wonderful. This is probably the best first week we could have gotten. It seems to me that this is the real struggle, is how good of a job can you do in this very first week? I think we're going to do just fine. A large nearby goblin tribe sends its warriors as tribute to their barbarian brothers for having helped defend them against attacks by rogue ogre tribes. 60 additional goblins are available for recruitment in this castle. Wonderful. For maybe the first time ever, we see that Phixfox gets to benefit from the scripts that can be run on maps. We've mentioned in the past that scripts are a reality in Heroes of Might and Magic, and oftentimes it's what allows the enemies to get some nice bonuses that we don't get. And that always feels bad when we get left out in the cold. In this case, it seems to me that we are going to be the ones that benefit. I think that because we know that these rocks can't reach there, let's just put the ogres right here. Right there. And then wherever these rocks go, we might be able to pop out and grab them. Let's see. In that same vein of thought, I don't think I can really protect my troops very well. Okay, that's great. I wish I'd known that, because I would have put this one single stack of goblin there to take that retaliation. That's not going to happen at this point. It's going to be these orcs, excuse me, these ogres that take this retaliation. Maybe I lose one, but then 46 goblins should pack a wallop on these rocks. 2 ogres goes down. My word, did not anticipate that. 102 up to 204 damage, down to 4 rocks. Well, this is gonna hurt. 12 goblins goes down, and we'll finish them off now. So 2 and 12. I don't know if I like that better or worse. I think that the ogres are such a stout unit. I would much rather have the 46 goblins, or in this case, the 36 goblins minus the 2 ogres. Kind of rough, though. Future cliff nests, though, are not going to be nearly so hard to pick off, simply because we just picked up our cliff nest there. At the beginning of next week, we're going to get the opportunity to pick up even more of those big, beautiful birds. Before I do anything else, let me actually pick up this ore here. 10 and 6. That's the cliff nest that we were talking about. We were actually pretty close on gold there. And I can get the ogres now. More than the gold. I was wondering what it would look like if Sorog was available to maybe pick up the cliff nest, because I think the Crag hack is going to fight. I think he's going to win. Apparently that's a little bit of a tougher fight than I anticipated. My word, let's see if we can do that any better. But still, after all is said and done, I think we're not going to be able to get to the cliff nest with these troops that we have remaining. 2 rocks are going to slot in right there. 1 up here, wolves down there, single stacks, and let's send the ogres. Top or bottom? Bottom. Definitely bottom. These guys can handle here, and these 3 can maybe handle there. Unfortunately, whenever I play this game here, if I don't have a haste or something like that, I think I might be close enough that I'm going to take full damage here. Maybe. But it feels bad to just go into range for sure and then just hope for good morale. If you get good morale with your blood morale, or whatever the equivalent is, what's the equivalent? It's blood morale from Heroes 2. You're hoping for the good morale. I don't think you can count on it, though. We might try it with some of these other troops, but the rocks are going to stay back. How about the wolves? We'll send the wolves up, and if they eat damage like that, we're going to let them. We're going to wait on everybody else, and I'm happy to see the orcs take a little bit of damage there. Let's see if one goblin's going to take the damage. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Overall, that could have gone much worse. I'm happy with the way that went. Good morale. There it is. And let's see what we can do. And now you wonder, was it actually a bad idea? Should I have moved the rocks and just planned on getting at least one instance of good morale? I don't think you can plan on it, but it felt good to get what we just had there. Rocks, goblins, so on and so forth. Really, we just needed to avoid that first round of damage. I'm actually going to pull these goblins off. They can do so much damage here, even at the cost of having these orcs crowd around them. Down to 18. That feels pretty bad. These ogres are not going to get into the fight just yet. Let's go down and up. Maybe we'll save a goblin just by the presence of the rocks being there. We did not lose a rock just yet, so we're doing fine so far. I'm anticipating that once again, orcs are going to go into melee range. They do. That was a mistake on your part. Not a mistake, it's maybe you're just trying to speed run your own death. Maybe the AI, I've always wondered this, and maybe you can let me know. There have been times in my Heroes of Might and Magic career where it feels like sometimes the AI will recognize that they have lost. These losses look better, by the way. They'll realize that they've lost, and they'll say to themselves, look, there's not much else we can do here. How about we just accept our losses and go from there? Let's accept that we've got a problem. Let's take down as many people as we can with us. And I don't hate that decision from the AI. It may feel kind of bad to some, but I think it's actually not a bad strategy in order to make the AI really tremendous. Rock growth is up by 5. Could we have had a better start? We have 11 rocks sitting here, and we already mentioned when we did Crag Hack's ability that there's so much gold just littering the map. We've got some pretty nice opportunities in front of us. Let's pick up 1,000 gold here and here. And I feel like, let's get ogres now. And let's move these troops to the front, like so. And we'll pick up these troops, and we're not going to pick up these additional 3 rocks before we go and fight this fight. It sounds good, but this just feels like it'll still be better. Let me make sure I've got some single stacks. It actually was fairly important that we had that in the previous fight. But with the 10 ogres, this should go much better. 1 and 9, I don't think we can do much better. I'm just going to accept those losses. Yeah, I'm just going to accept those losses and recruit a couple more rocks on top of that. Okay. So far, so good. Good start. Good start. Not visited on the Blue Keymaster's tent. We still need to grab these stables. Sarog's going to bounce to here. Apparently, we didn't pick up the ore pit. I don't know why I didn't do that. That seems like an obvious mistake. And then since I'm heading back home pretty soon, let's pick up the Hall of Valhalla before we do much else. And then we're going to take this good start that we have and just keep on rolling. We are out of free things to do in this area with Sarog. But there's maybe some opportunities to the south. Let me see. No, not really to the south, but all the same. And this may seem like a weird choice, going this far out of my way to go to these stables. I don't think so. Here on day 2, whatever movement points I just spent to go out of my way, I'm going to get back. It'll be fine. And it's always really sad when you say to yourself, well, is it going to be worth it? I think that it's a no-brainer, though. The evaluation checks out in my brain. We do see for the first time red here to our immediate east. That's always a little concerning. I don't know what their plans are for me. I think that I might as well take out these basilisk right now. They're mostly on the way, and maybe this is going to give me access for Sarog to go and do something fun. These losses look terrible. Let's do way better. Oh, once again, we did not have the single stacks. I don't know what I would have single stacked. Maybe ogres. Yeah, I probably would have pulled out some single stacks of ogres. We do have 6 spell points, though. And so, do we want to cast 1 slow? Do we want to cast 1 shield? I think that 1 shield on probably the rocks is not going to go astray for us, because pretty soon we are going to be in the fight of our lives. So, full damage. It's no brainer. Ogres. I'm going to defend with the ogres. I'm going to defend with the goblin. And with 3 spell power, I feel like I can cast my shield now. I'm going to go first at the start of next turn anyway. But if I cast it now, I feel like I can attack here and not feel too bad. I'm going to do that. I'm going to cast the shield now. I'll get 2 more turns after I eat this 1 retaliation. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That feels good. And we did end up taking a hefty chunk of damage there all the same. I don't think that we are going to be in a position where we can run away too well. If we run to here, we can get touched. If we run here, we get touched. If we run all the way back here, this 1 stack can get us, and I'm sure that they will. We've got the shield. We might as well use it. The only issue is that these ogres are going to be so slow. Let's go back so that way the ogres can get some additional damage off. And if you're going to use your basilisks to eat my 1 goblin, I am always a-okay with that. So the shield is only really going to have 1 major effective turn use, but I'm going to be grateful for every little bit of it. Down to 1 and then 0 on these basilisks there. Let's kill 1 whole stack here. We got 18 hit points left on these rocks. Happy to let the orcs take their damage. I'm just not a big fan of orcs in general. Again, we're mostly a melee type of army, and this fight went even better than I was hoping for. 3 1-1 with no rocks lost is fantastic. 38 greater basilisks. That's a fight that I'm very happy that we took. And funny enough, I just saw on the adventure map this abandoned mine owned by a red player. I just saw that just before I did anything else, and that indicates to me that we maybe need to be a little careful with Sarog. Maybe there's more pressure down here than I thought. And I do want to keep Sarog simply because they do have the +1 gems per day. Caitlyn's speciality of 350 gold per day. I think that's even better than Zubin. The only thing is that I'm thinking to myself about hiring another hero simply so I have a scout who I don't mind losing. Caitlyn is going to pay for themselves for as many days as they stay alive. I'm going to let them do that. I'm going to let them grab the windmill and then head south as Crag heads north. And we can barely make it to our Mage Guild. This is a nice pickup because we were down to 2 spell points. We're going to leave here with 10 total. That feels okay. I'm going to keep Sarog alive. Send them to the stables and go in this direction. I have not forgotten that there is an underground subterranean gate. Sarog is probably going to be the one to explore that for me. We have no purchases to make because we are out of gold. And folks, let's head into the Eastern Territory through the Stark Blue Gate. As you rein in your horse, a guard steps up to you. Welcome, I have received word of your arrival. Do you wish to pass at this time? I sure do. I love it when one hero picks up a tent and then the other one goes straight to the border guard, because however they heard that I was to be admitted, they've got either magic or somebody is the Usain Bolt of keeping track of running fast. The messenger boy has rocket-powered boots or something. I don't know. Drink at the Magic Spring doubles our spell points from 10 up to 20. I guess if I had realized that this was here, we didn't actually need to stay a night in the Mage Guild. It'll be fine. I'm going to be a-okay with that. I am going to want another hero to help come in this direction. I know Sarog is on their way up, but I don't think that having an additional hero here is going to be bad for us. Alkin doesn't have many more troops. We're going to take Zubin. I did see that Red has the most powerful forces. Right now, we need to be on the lookout for Thant. Darn. Thant is probably my personal least favorite hero to have to tangle with. I mean, we'll tangle. Oh, we'll tangle, buddy. But anytime that the AI can use Animate Dead to mitigate losses, I'm not having the best of times. Let's bring some of these troops up to the front. It's not going to be much, but it'll be way better than the alternative. And so Zubin's going to go north. And maybe we'll pick up some free stuff as Crag picks up a gold mine, free crystal. Maybe that turns into behemoths in week 2. And let's just kind of go from there. This fight shouldn't be too big of a problem. Let's even lose 1 less rock than the AI says we otherwise would. I rewatched the previous Crag scenario, and it was unfortunately one of those situations where I had to play through twice because we got absolutely wrecked by Edric the Knight. He came up with a really pretty big force, and I didn't get a good push on the map, and so I ended up bequeathing to him several artifacts that really turned the tide in his favor. And it always feels bad when I fight some of these early game fights to try and give myself an advantage, but then I don't realize that I'm already so far behind that it's not really going to matter. I sure hope that that's not the case here. I can't guarantee it, but I think that we're in a much better position than that. I don't think that we're going to have to worry too much about just staying on our toes and doing the best we can with what we have. 31 down to 28 of the goblins. We're going to see if we can just get the first hit off on these ogres. Our 8 against their 10. We kill 5. 1 goes down in retaliation. 1 and 3. Not too bad. 1,500 more experience. And this is a big deal. Do you want the advanced earth magic or do you want the expert wisdom as we pick up +1 defense skill? I personally think that the chance of us running into 5th level spells is pretty low. Let's go for the advanced earth magic and let's just rock and roll with that as we pick up 1,000 gold per day, and we're going to clear in these 2 directions and hope that we don't get any aggression from red. Okay, another day, another moment of no aggression. How long we're going to be graced with a lack of red's presence, I don't know, but as soon as I see this cursed temple, that tells me something. It really does. So action here, action here. I think that we go north, and I think that we try and explore as safely as we can as we head north. I see the wagon here, crystal mine, alchemist lab. Crag is going to go over here, picking up ogres first. It's not in my best interest for him to clear out gold and such. I do need a shield, though. While searching through the rubble of a caved-in mine, you free a group of trapped dwarves. Grateful the leader gives you a finely crafted shield. That is going to be +2 to our defense. I'm just fine for that. I will take out this horde of orc chiefs. Or what about a group of orc chiefs with a desire for greater glory wish to join you? Do you accept? I sure do. That has become one of my favorite sayings, by the way. Whenever somebody wants to join me, they want to join. Will you let them? I sure do. Something about the way I said it that way one time, and ever since then, it's just been the best thing I feel like I can do to accurately convey my excitement in the matter. We do see for the first time a black Keymaster's tent here in the underground. It's guarded by lots of Medusa queens. There's gold, there's gems, and these harpy hags, I mean, they do have this helm of the alabaster unicorn. Given that I've got so little knowledge, going underground might be critically important sooner rather than later. We're going to see how important in just a moment. Horde of Battle Dwarves, we should destroy them. Do I want the experience? I do. I don't think that we're going to take many losses at all, especially if I babysit this fight just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. By the way, on stream the other day, I don't stream Heroes of Might and Magic 3. I stream Heroes of Might and Magic 2. Why? I feel like I'm just more comfortable with Heroes 2, and I think that that's where the majority of my audience started off with enjoying, you know, what I like to do here with Heroes of Might and Magic. And so maybe in the future, I'm sure in the future, I will give my hand at streaming Heroes of Might and Magic 3, sure. But I'll occasionally talk about Heroes of Might and Magic 3 while I'm playing Heroes of Might and Magic 2. And the other day, I said something that I would actually prefer to get some feedback on from the Heroes of Might and Magic 3 crowd. And here is the conversation that I had. I mentioned that part of the reason why I tend to dislike... Wrong choice of words. Part of the reason why Heroes 2 resonates better with me than Heroes 3, there you go, is because Heroes 3 often feels a little bit samey, and the way that I described it was as such: as the rocks take 4 turns in a row. Way to go, rocks. You have turned into an absolute superstar, MVP. Close the polls. There's no more voting to be had. The rocks take the day. Play of the game right there. And my point was going to be this, is that something about speed in Heroes of Might and Magic 3 tends to make fights go the same more often than speed makes fights go in Heroes of Might and Magic 2. Heroes of Might and Magic 2, speed is very important. Let's not get that wrong. But there is a little bit more freedom when it comes down to Heroes of Might and Magic 2. In Heroes 3, you can pick up one single angel and clear out the entire map. You know, like true or false. I think that we all agree that, yeah, we've seen that happen. We've probably done that a time or two ourselves. You can't really do that with one big creature in Heroes 2 like you can Heroes 3. And for some reason that makes Heroes 3 feel a little bit samey. Is it the speed that makes Phixfox feel like Heroes 3 has a lot of fights go the same way again and again and again? Or is it something else? I'd like your opinion. Is it unique and different every time? I don't know. Your choice. Your call. Please give me feedback. I'd love to hear the Heroes of Might and Magic 3 crowd's ideas on speed and how it affects the game from playthrough to playthrough, from battle to battle. After scouring the area, you fall upon a hidden chest containing one of the greatest artifacts you can ever find in a chest, which is the Necklace of Swiftness. +1 speed to all of our units in combat. I don't think I could ever find a better start to this scenario than we have just had. We're going to fight this Dwarven Treasury because I don't know when we're going to come back. There are so many dwarves here. I don't care. We're going to beat you anyway. Battle Dwarves will be able to reach us. Not so these other dwarves, and yet it seemeth me good to fight this stack right in front of my face. I will let these Battle Dwarves just kill these 6 orcs here and send the damage from my wolves up north. We lose 6 on the retaliation there. Let's kill a lot of those Battle Dwarves there. Let's wait. We only lost 1 orc. That's not too bad. And then I'm just going to wait because I know that dwarves can get pretty far if you're not careful. I'm going to throw these 6 orcs up to the north as we lose more of our wolves than ever before. And then I do think that these ogres are going to win the battle of who can hit somebody harder with a blunt object. Does the club win, or does this little dwarven hammer win? I think that, quite frankly, it's fun to find out. Even if Even if we don't have a definitive answer by the end of this, it's fun to find out who hits harder with a blunt object, dwarves or ogres. We'll see. Let me know in the comments. Down to 1 dwarf, down to 0 dwarves. Yeah, 11, 2, and 1. I think that the AI actually fought that fight better. Nah, the morale really matters, and I didn't count on it going so well. That's okay. 10 crystal, 7,500 gold. The gold, wonderful. The crystal, stupendous. This feels pretty all right. Zubin's going to grab a couple of these freebies. I don't think I actually grabbed this wolf pin. I did not. We're going to grab it now, and I'm just going to do enough to clear out the wolf raiders and the orc chieftains for 2 reasons. Number 1, that means that Zubin can come by whenever it pleases him. Number 1. And number 2, that means that maybe these troops are going to join me, like we've already seen some troops join me. So we're going to give ourselves the best opportunity to do well. Oh my gosh. So it was Week of the Rock, and that went really, really great for us. It looks like Thant picked up 1 Hydra in the refugee camp, and that's really, really great for him. We're going to run in this direction. We see Ghostwind. Caitlin is still doing her job by exploring. I'm hoping that Thant follows her south rather than going anywhere else. I don't think that Thant can reach from here, but I don't want to find out. We've already picked up cliff nests and ogres this week. I think that Sarog is going to be another hero that's just kind of waiting for something nice to happen to us. We can get the behemoth layer now. I think that we shall. Here's the thing. If we pick it up, then we're really hoping that Thant goes south. If Thant goes north, then we're going to wish we had the castle instead of 1 behemoth. Let's get the castle now, and then if we get lucky and Thant goes south, then we get the behemoth crag, and we feel much better about our options. Oh, you see, just like this. Because I think that from here, via road, with the stables, I think that Thant can reach our castle if he goes in that direction. And I think he probably will. A large nearby goblin tribe sends its warriors as tribute to their barbarian brothers for having helped defend them against attacks by rogue ogre tribes. Another 60 goblins, that's wonderful. We can go home. You know what we could do, though? I mean, I think that these forces are tough enough. I think that they're big enough that somebody could... It doesn't have to be Crag hack, but somebody could take the forces, grab them, beat these foes, and then go from there. And in fact, I think I'm going to do that. Zubin's not going to have a lot of like leftover extra movement points, but we also have Sarog that can help make this go well. And a group of wolf raiders do want to join us. We're going to absolutely let them. I think we've got a little bit of an issue here. This is tight quarters. If we step here, I think that Sarog can get through. They can. We're going to facilitate this trade one more time. And then Crag Hack is going to actually show up with 77 Wolf Raiders, plus these 55 Orc Chieftains. You may have gotten the Hydra, but I've got a whole host of Barbarians riding in my back. A Behemoth Lair, we're actually a little bit short. What did we spend our resources on? We spent it on wood. Does anybody here see wood? Aha! I don't think that's going to help. View Earth, one more time. Any wood nearby? Nothing up here. Nothing close to in range there. Maybe, is that one little pile of wood? That's too far for Caitlin, but that's a maybe anyways. And this actually is a good moment for us because we still see that the AI is not in this area. There's just too much gold here. They can't be here. They are mostly, it looks like, to the east. Probably, I'm guessing there's like a castle here and then mine, castle here. That just makes sense to me. Like the centralized location for a castle makes a lot of sense. And plus, there's no loose resources in this area. Yeah, but all up in here, there's a lot of loose resources. Thant, though, their main fighting force is over here. If we can take out Thant now before he gets a nice resupply, we're going to be feeling pretty good. We're going to have day 7 tomorrow. We are not going to be able to get more from the stables. We're both, me and Thant, are going to run shy on some additional movement points. But that's okay. This is a free gold mine. Once the Guardians have been cleared out, it's already free for the taking. It's mine. And then Sarog just better be ready to pick up troops. How about that? Zubin is going to grab the crystal. We're going to forego the mercury for some time, but the crystal was always going to be important. I don't think I set off with Crag Hack here. I think you do trade, if at all possible. We don't have a marketplace. No, Phixfox didn't get a marketplace. You can't trade if you don't have a marketplace. Darn. So behemoths in week 1 is not going to happen. That was a little bit of a mistake, but I do think that makes sure. I think that makes my decision sure. I think that I upgrade the rocks. I think I purchase all of them that I can. I don't think I purchase any of these other troops because they don't really get upgraded just yet. And I think I put myself in a position where I can potentially fight Thant tomorrow. All the way to here. Can I win this fight? 19 spell points, a horde of the skeleton warriors, lots, few. I definitely win this fight. And so by going to here now, that means that he's not going to be able to escape and go south, and I am going to be able to catch up to him. If he thinks he can beat me, he's going to find out very quickly that he is wrong. And thankfully, I'm right in this little choke, so he cannot run right by me. Okay. Astrologers proclaim this to be the week of the gopher. Speaking of gophers, here's Sarog picking up wolves twice, and very soon ogres for me. Caitlin, every single day that she's alive, allows me to pick up some additional gold. And this answers a question I actually posed again in the Heroes of Might and Magic 2 stream, if whether or not the abandoned mine would only return you gold mines, or if it could give you some other type of mine. A gem pond, +1 gems per day. I'm okay with that. I'm really okay with that. Let's just play it safe. I think I'm actually going to do this. 4. Let's go in here. Let's upgrade these pikemen for free. So they are now 5-speed creatures. Do I get rid of the archers for the speed? No. I'll keep them for now. I might as well. Crystal, crystal, more crystal. And down south we go. And somebody's going to pick up that gold mine, but it's not going to be me. I am going to pick up this Fountain of Youth first, and then we're going to go ahead. You drink from the fountain's waters and feel young again, sensing your renewed vigor. Your army's morale improves, allowing you to cover additional ground as you head towards your next battle. +1 morale. Lovely. And let's fight this fight. The enemy has fled. Let's see if we can keep Thant from fleeing. 2,000 experience is going to be nice, but let's see if we can do even better. 6 of the liches, 79 of the skeleton warriors, 14 of the whites, 29 of the wraiths, 1 hydra as we see, a couple of black knights, and then 14 griffins. 9 attack, 7 defense. He's actually fairly tough as far as the attacking skill goes, but the power and the knowledge is really what would mess me up if I didn't have such an overwhelming advantage. These wolf raiders, the orcs, I mean, they're absolutely gonna pay dividends for me, so I'm excited to see them work. I want the wolf raiders closer to the north side. I want the rest of these troops up in the front. This might put me in range of somebody. No, not even the griffins, so we might as well use our speed advantage just as this. I'm even gonna put these 5 orcs kind of closer to the middle. Maybe they're going to take a little bit of attention from somebody. I don't know. I am planning on attacking skeleton warriors with these Thunderbirds, and so I don't mind about grouping up my troops because of the liches. That just doesn't worry me so much. I am going to immediately cast the shield. I think that's going to be pretty darn valuable for me. 12 spell power. There's nothing I can really do to stop magic damage from coming in hot. It is what it is. 29 of the wraiths. I think I'm actually pretty smart to take them out. The wolf raiders can clean up the liches. Let's do this. We kill one of their big fighting stacks. I thought that I'd be able to reach the liches. I cannot. That's gonna be a little bit sad. We kill here. 23 goblins go down to 64 on the wolf raiders, and we do get the split, so that way the liches don't do full damage. The wolves go down, and then I'm just gonna skip on the rest of these troops. Skip, skip, skip. Damage is done. It's not going to be a lot. 16 hit points worth of Black Knight. And then I don't know. I'm guessing, can Necromancers learn First Aid? I don't think that they can. No, they can because, well, the undead, they do have the First Aid tent as their artillery war wagon, their war cart. You know what I'm saying? It's their war machine. There you go. That you can get from your armory. So it must be. And so the fact that they didn't run actually feels pretty good. I think at this point we're just going to let some spells do the damage for us. 175 hit points here and 5 speed, 9 speed. Kill here, kill here, kill here. Let's see. 85 points of damage. That should be plenty. 50 points of damage. Is that going to be enough? It will be. Let's do the 1 magic arrow, kill 2 liches, just absolutely destroy some hydras. And then, folks, we just took out the Thant. Public enemy number 1. With 9 attack, 7 defense, 12 power, 13 knowledge, and this is only a blue player versus red player map, so it's not like a yellow player or a tan player is going to rehire Thant and we're still going to have to fight him again, unless the enemy gets really, really lucky and finds Thant in their tavern, again, just out of the blue. Then we may never have to see Thant again. This was a decisive victory. This map is going so well. Orb of the Driving Rain for the additional water spell damage. Clover of Fortune, good, good. Helm of Chaos, +3 knowledge. That is very important. And more important than the expert tactics is always going to be the expert earth magic. We might have just had this scenario go our way in the best possible way. I sure think so. I'm going to pick up the mess hall because I need to spend resources somehow. And I'm going to pick up the gold mine since I'm right here. I don't know. How important is this Black Keymaster's tent going to be? Somebody else can go clear all this out. I don't think it's important that Crag Hack is the one that does that. Something tells me that this gold is actually like 4,000 gold. If I remember right, I think it's like one gigantic nugget. But again, somebody else can do that. It doesn't have to be me. Neither does this alchemist lab. I don't think I'm really going to need sulfur that badly, so I'm just not going to worry about it. Caitlin is, every day she stays alive, paying for herself more and more. And we're going to have to go the long way to get around those orcs. So we will pick them up in short order. Zubin's going to stay overnight. I think the Crag Hack is going to head in this direction. Let's see if we can get any upgrades here. Upgraded Goblin Barracks, that seems pretty good to me. I'm not worried about picking up Behemoths by the end of this week. We will make that happen. Let's get the Hobgoblins now, because that's going to be a huge stack that we bring over in just a moment. Sorog is going to continue in this direction. And we're going to resupply Crag Hack with some really nice troops. Let's actually go Hobgoblins first. 155? Let's actually do half that, just in case we eat one implosion or something. And then that way I don't feel so bad about losing one whole stack. I'm never going to feel bad about having tons and tons of rocks. I say rocks, but really it's Thunderbirds. So then let's go in this direction. Do I like these splits? Is there anybody I'd like to leave behind? 5 speed, 7 speed, 5 speed. 5 speed creatures are going to be our slowest. I won't worry anymore about what could happen there. Let's have probably Sorog picking up some freebies. And I think it's going to be Zubin that's going to go grab these cliff nests for me as we go straight for Ghostwind to take our very first castle. Caitlin might pick up something nice from the refugee camp. Centaur captains, they're good. Are they worth picking up? I don't think so, not this time. And the skeleton warriors, looks like it's going to be first tier creatures all the way, baby. And that's good for somebody, but not me right now. We're out of gold, but getting 3,400 gold a day, it's not too bad. We do attack this castle. I didn't even stop to check to see what was in here, but I didn't think that we would have to worry too much. 4 Black Knights is probably the worst thing we have to deal with. Then again, there are some vampires here. Maybe not the best thing for me. Just in case we do get a good shot with our ballistics and we take down this open gate. If we do open the gate, let's move our ground troops closest to that area there. And let's take some damage from these liches, per the norm. Alright. Black Knights, we should kill them all right now. Is there a better use of our time? I don't really think so. I think that this is it. Black Knights go down, and now we even get the vampires on top of these liches in just one moment. Everybody else has to wait outside, unfortunately. spells can we do? Let's see, 120, 140 points of damage. No, we do 85 with our lightning bolts. So from here on out, we just wait. Let's kill whole stacks where we can. We almost killed one whole stack of those skeleton warriors. Let's actually make sure that we finish them off. I don't trust these 5 orcs to do that. And by finishing off a full stack, it might get us out of this. It might get us out of this battle 1 turn earlier, and that could be worth our time. There's never any guarantees, but we will see. One more round of damage here, down to 30 of the hobgoblins. Ugh. But we do break open the gate? No, we do not. We definitely have to attack. Let's see. Vampire Lords, I think, can kill with 55 of the Orc Chiefs. So let's focus on here and here, because the whites are going to retaliate. And so then so long as... Oh, or they do that. So long as we got the chance to kill these Vampire Lords, which we did just with 1 hit. 1 hit. Then we get out of this fight 1 turn earlier. Maybe that saves us some troops, maybe it doesn't. But 2 Thunderbirds, 54 of the Hobgoblins. Do I love it? No. Will it work? It sure will. Nothing special. Up to the Hall of Darkness. No Bone Dragons or anything like that. Red still is apparently more powerful than I. But I do want another hero now just to do a little bit more exploring for me. This is actually a really good time to have checked this out. Look at this. Straker is going to be 15 attack, 13 defense, 10 power, 11 knowledge. Yeah, I believe them when they say that they're still the more powerful forces. I'm glad I took out Thant. There's still much more to be had here. Let's pick up Gerd. They got some nice troops. I'm not going to mind leaving behind as defenders. Gerd is going to do some exploring. It's going to be 2 ore. And we've run into a river. That river feature is actually pretty nifty. And actually, it makes me wonder. Let's see. As Caitlin goes in this direction, I'm letting my scouts scout so that Crag Hack can make the most of his turn later. It's going to be useful, I think, to figure out how this terrain plays into our strategy. +2 to our attack and or defense. I think that that's worthwhile, even if we have nothing else to do at the moment. 6 crystal. Oh. And let's just wait here. I thought I'd said that, hey, getting the behemoths is not going to be a problem. I might have been wrong. Just a little bit wrong. What's right here? Marksmen are guarding something. I'm going to take 1 step. Kill them. I'm going to take the losses. Fine, just take them. I'm going to take the losses and then somebody else can come back for these freebies. +1 here, but this arena is really good. Let's go in that direction. And then somebody else can come back in just a moment. Okay. And then on to a new day, but please note that we are getting, it looks like 6,000 gold per day from our 3 gold mines and our 2 castles. 1 of every resource, minus mercury, minus sulfur. Once again, doing a little bit of scouting here. Yeah, that's just the arena there. Let's have Caitlin go north. Okay, School of War, that's going to be pretty important as well. War Machine Factory, sure, why not? And then I'm wondering, I seem to remember that this water feature actually has like a land bridge over here. I'm going to need to hire 1 more hero just to check that out. I know that I've got a lot of heroes right now, but when I'm scouting, this is truly one of the best things I can do. I am going to take the time to go get these cursed temples, though. That just means that that's going to be less troops that the enemy can pick up, and that's going to do more for me anyway. All the same. Nomads, guard, rogues, and gold. Is that worth going out of my way for? I need gold. I'm pretty low on gold right now. Nomads want to run? Nope, you're experienced to me. 750 of it to be exact. And then somebody else can go in that direction in just a moment. Only 1,000 gold per day. We spent a lot of gold just on picking up some freebies. But I think that that's a good decision. Surog, I'm keeping right here just so they can go down to the subterranean gate. But it's already day 5. Let's actually just head up north so they can be ready to pick up new troops pretty quickly. I think that's going to be their real job in just a moment. So it is Agit that goes, and we do find that it's actually a white border gate. That's pretty good information to have. I think Gerd has freed up their resources to go south and pick up gold there. They'll pick up gold here in just a moment too. And then Crag enters the arena and faces a pack of vicious lions. He handily defeats them to the wild cheers of the crowd. Impressed by the skill that we possess, the aged trainers of gladiators agrees to train Crag in a skill of his choice. Crag is going to choose the defense. We mentioned earlier that part of the problem with some of those earlier fights were not that we could win or not. Like, we had plenty of damage that we could do. The issue was that we would take damage and get hit really, really hard, and that didn't feel very good. We hit hard, but it was more of a glass cannon type of build, and there's an issue with that. If you are a glass cannon, eventually you will get hit, and that's part of the reason why I tend to value defense pretty highly, unless, of course, you do have some of those very high-speed creatures, in which case it'll all work out for you. Trust me. I do wish I'd gotten this gold and then headed south. Day 6. I'm coming for you, behemoths. Don't worry. First purchase, first thing in the morning. That's what we're going to grab. We do see a red hero who does something nifty. They ignore that hero to the north. I think that was Caitlin, and they head south straight for the School of War. Will the School of War tip the balance of power in their favor? I highly doubt it. You order a scout to send a message to the Necromancers. Give up the ribcage or Crag will crush your bones to dust just as surely as you burned that sanctuary to ashes. The messenger runs off and disappears quickly into the underbrush. A large nearby goblin tribe once again sends us 60 goblins. I would not want to be that messenger, by the way. As we see Vidomina, I would not want to be the messenger that has to go to the Necromancers and try and talk sense into them. I just don't see that being good for my health. How about that? Crag feels that the odds are overwhelming. Really? Vidomina? She didn't look like she had anything tough. She's got to have some crazy spells. With 12 attack, 15 defense, 10 power, 12 knowledge, 240 spell points, this has to be a matter of spells. I only have 7 out of 40. I don't have much here. But what I think I might be able to do, as we even see poor morale, really poor morale for all these living troops, I think that means that we are going to be obligated to put out tons of damage very, very quickly. Let's think about this fight. Biggest threat, Crusaders. I think we're going to shield the Thunderbirds and we're going to attack Crusaders first. I think the Wolf Raiders are going to be able to reach the Medusa Queens from here. If we were right here, actually, do we reach the Halberdiers? We do. I think I care more about the Halberdiers than I do about the Medusa Queens. And then, the Wolf Raiders, the Wolf Riders are going to be closest to these Medusa Queens. I'm not so worried about these 31 Griffins. Priority stack, concerning, and then here, then here, then here. I think that's how it's going to go for me. And based off of all this information, I think that I'm actually going to sit these Orc Chiefs right here so they can potentially get some full damage off for me. Let's try and get these Ogres down the battlefield quickly. Let's even put these Orcs in the position where maybe these Griffins are going to just waste their turn. I doubt it, but folks, if we lose this fight, of course we lose the scenario. I think it's going to come down to spells, and if Vidomina has some really crazy spells, I think unfortunately we just lose. And there's not much I can do about that. Well, hold on. We did pick up the Expert Earth Magic. Is a slow better than a shield? Actually, shield is going to affect everybody. The slow is going to affect everybody, but a shield is going to affect everybody too. Imagine if we had exactly 2 more spell points. Ouch. I'm never going to be critical of never going to be critical of mysticism ever again. I would love, given these many spell points, I would love to have expert anti-magic, because I think I win this fight straight up, but if it's going to be spells that cause me grief, it'll be what it is. Am I going to take hand-to-hand damage in massive amounts? 24 attack versus 25 defense. In some places I will. 21 attack, 19, 35, 21. I'm just looking at the bonus damage. I'm trying to figure out if the shield is going to be more worth it than the slow. I really do think that the slow is going to be better, just because it's going to guarantee that all my troops are going to get that first shot off before they get any kind of spells that can be used against me. We're going to have 2 spell points left. Do I have a 3 spell point spell so I can get the shield and something else? No. We're going to go with the slow, and funny enough, the vampires do resist that spell, so we're not going to get the first full shot off. That does cause me some grief there. No matter, we must carry on by focusing on these high damaged creatures now where we can. That does really hurt a lot though. Curse coming out and doing base level damage. I think I prefer the curse over a damaging spell at this point though. It's going to really lower my damage by an awful lot. It will. But I think that that's better than eating a chain lightning or something like that, at least at this current juncture. Let's see, wraiths are going to get into me pretty soon. You're going to want all your ranged damage onto these royal griffins anyway. You just don't want them to be able to do tons of damage on retaliations. Down to 19 of the Thunderbirds. Those Crusaders did do a ton of damage to us. Once again, Thunderbirds and then Wolf Raiders. I think that the Wolf Riders, there's no guarantees. Here's the problem. There's no guarantees that we're not going to see a really nasty spell come out soon. Vidomina does have Expert Fire Magic. I've got to use the Thunderbirds effectively, probably against the Royal Griffins, but I'd love to use the Wolf Raiders here and Wolf Riders here. But I can't guarantee that that's how things are going to work out. Are Crusaders going to do more damage than Griffins? I don't think so, even with the double damage. Well, 399 damage. I can kill way more Royal Griffins, and I'm not going to waste any damage against these Crusaders. So let's kill the Royal Griffins here. Down to 15. Let's kill... If I kill the vampires, who I got to kill anyway, then they're just not going to get their turn. 140, is that going to be enough? 280? No, that's not going to be enough. There's over 300 hit points with the vampires here. So because I can't kill the vampires, because I can't avoid some kind of slow or something, let's kill your big, scary Crusaders. Shield coming out. Okay, so we're doing minimum damage, and then it's halved damage. I can now understand. I'm starting to see how this is working out. Gotta kill the vampires. Ogres are going to come up in just 1 second. I'm going to take full damage from the Medusa Queens at 6 to 8 damage, 5 to 8 from the vampires. 22 attack versus 20 there. We're going to do so little damage. We're going to do 11 damage. Wolf Riders are going to do 11 damage. They're just here to eat some attention right now. Let's kill 2 vampires because I guess. And I do need to kill these vampires at some point because they have no enemy retaliation. 10 down to 7. Oh, goodness. This is not good. Stone Skin is not good. 1 Crusader left. Thankfully, we do have enough defense that it is taking these enemies some time to chew through us. I can kill all the vampires now. Or I can kill all the Griffins. Most of the Griffins. Let's kill most of the Griffins. Let's actually use the Wolf Riders here to kill probably 3 total vampires. 2 and then 2. Not too bad. Down to 3. These wolves are just kind of staying in the way. Unless if I attack with them, then the Medusa Queens might be obligated to attack these ogres. Otherwise, if I just defend, then the Medusa Queens have to waste their damage on one Wolf Raider, unless they let the Halberdiers go first. Let's just defend. Let's kill Royal Griffins where we can. You're still alive? How are you still alive? Hate your guts. Okay. And then freebies. Yep, Wolf goes down, but finally we get a little bit of good morale on our side. Bad for you, good for me. Okay, that feels just fine. Let's take our big shot where we can against these Medusa Queens. We're still going to do damage. 8 Medusa Queens goes down, and the enemy has fled. Wow. So we turned a loss into a victory, kind of? A little bit of a victory. The nice thing here is this. If we get, first off, we kept most of our army. This is looking good. And we're going to know that we need to go into these future fights with plenty of spell points because everybody on the enemy team does have expert something, I'm sure. And I mean, we were doing so little damage. That was crazy. But if we have spell points, we can cast a slow, a shield, and then, we can cast a slow and then an anti-magic on some of our critical troops, and we can be just fine. I think with just a little bit more spell points, this fight goes very, very different. And there's actually a magic well right where I'm indicating with my cursor, which is like 2 steps away. If I had thought about it, I didn't think that would be a tough fight. We could have saved a lot of troops. The battle-scarred instructor of this school of war grunts as you walk past. For a fee of 1,000 gold, he can teach you your choice of new attack or defensive skills. We're going to go with the defense. I do think that the defense matters an awful lot. I truly do. It's day 7. We're going to pick up this magic well? No, we're going to go for these stables. We're going to pick up the stables and then go back through these basilisks so that way we can get some additional friendlies for us. Do you want to purchase griffins? Even if we could, I don't think so. Claxton is right here. Is this free? We're going to pick up a free town of Claxton. Mage Guild, sure, why not? Looks like you can't really upgrade this, but this is a good bastion. I'm happy to have made some progress in this area. Unfortunately, Caitlin is stuck. This is the end of the road for her. Zubin. I don't know what Zubin's going to do. Do we go back so we can get troops to the front, or do we stick around to help Crag Hack clear all this? We are going to want to upgrade troops, so Crag Hack's going to grab this, head up and back through the Magic Spring. So let's actually have Zubin go back, because he can take some troops, go into the subterranean gate, clear that out, and then go from there. That doesn't seem too bad of a plan. We can pick up treasure here. I think we're going to need it too. 1,500 gold and 2,000 gold. Lovely. And we do see Tomb of Curses for some mummies across the river. Will we be able to get there? Eventually, sure, but right now, no. Dragon Caves. Interesting. If only we could get through this white gate, I'd be feeling great. School of Magic and the Star Axes, we're going to need to come back here with Crag Hack. I got a feeling that the final scenario in this campaign is going to be, well, a doozy. Behemoth Lair here now. Folks, I have kind of buried the lead. One interesting thing that I have not done that I probably should have done is this. I have not focused on my city hall at all. We are currently getting 1,000 gold per day from our main castle. Now, I think that that's probably an issue. We've gotten lots of gold. We're getting 8,000 gold here. Because of all the gold mines and because of the good push we've gotten onto this map, we didn't really need to focus on the 2,000 gold extra a day, but it would have been helpful. I don't know. It feels like that was potentially a missed opportunity, and I'm a little bit sad for that. Still, we have picked up week 3 Behemoth Crag. We're getting our stables now. We are heading back for a good resupply, and then wherever the enemy heroes may be, we are going to cause them some major grief. 1,800 experience as we pick up the advanced logistics. The tactics is good. With the slow, is 10% extra movement more important, or are these upcoming fights going to be so terribly scary that you're going to need your troops to be even closer to the enemy? Wolf Raiders can reach from where they're at right now. Thunderbirds can too. I think that if we're one step closer with the tactics, that's actually going to be really good for the ogres. So let's actually do that for the tactics. You're totally fine to disagree with me on that choice. 10% movement is a big deal. But as close as that previous fight just now was, I don't know. I think that I don't feel too bad about focusing on damage where I can get it. Let's upgrade these Thunderbirds. Let's leave these slower troops there, because I think that just with all these 14 Thunderbirds split into multiple stacks, like so, I think I win all these fights down below. 3. Yeah, we win. I definitely did a double take there, but yeah, it should be fine. 400 experience as we clear all this out. And then by the time Crag Hack gets up there, we're going to meet him and pretend like we didn't steal any of his Thunderbirds. The Thunderbirds are going to be very much out of breath. They're going to be like, hey, we're kind of tired. And Crag Hack's going to say, why? They're going to say, oh, no reason. We've just gone a long way in a very short amount of time. By the way, we're going north in part because of this magic spring, so... And it's just faster. Somebody finally needs to clear out these orc chieftains, or maybe we just need to remind them that they could always join us if they want to. Finally, it's time to pick up the marketplace. And we do see the red enemies here. It is going to be Tamika. I'm going to just check to see real quick what Tamika has. 2 attack, 3 defense, 3 spell power, 1 knowledge, 41 of the Walking Dead. That's going to be more than we can handle here. 30 points of damage from our magic arrows. We're going to kill 2 at a time. Let's still fight this down to the last man. We don't win, but we're just going to give ourselves the best chance. 40 damage from their magic arrows. Looks better than mine. Killing some skeletons where we can. Yeah, this is just going to be a wet noodle fight until eventually our enemies are right on top of us. Yep. And I don't really know why I'm focusing on the Walking Dead. I don't really consider them to be too much of a threat, but we're doing it. With the good luck, we almost died on that retaliation. I was worried that we would. We do go down now, but the skeletons have to go the long way. We get one more turn before we are absolutely destroyed and devastated by our enemies. Magic arrow there, regular arrow there. One of the funny times, one of the instances where I do wish that the Heroes of Might and Magic 4 abilities were on the table. I really do like that skeletons in Heroes of Might and Magic 4 take reduced damage from ranged attacks. That only makes sense. It's like, what are you gonna do? You're a ranged creature. Wait. I'm a ranged creature. How many shots do I have? And you are a... I don't know what you call you. You're a somebody. No, it's not gonna work. You are a skeleton. Doesn't it make sense that my projectiles would just kind of go right through you? I think that makes sense, but what do I know? We are the same speed. If I was able to kill these 2 pikemen and they were not getting healed by this first aid tent, I could maybe give them the runaround. It's not going to happen. Unfortunately, we're just going to hit Q and end this battle from here. There comes a point where you just have to call it, and this is the point. What I really wish had happened, though, as we do see a second red hero and somebody who's either landed or cast Dimension Door, which is very interesting. I do wish that Caitlyn had not messed around with this archer's tent. I wish that they had gone up and picked up this white Keymaster's tent, because then access to this area would have been really wonderful. I don't know when we're going to come back for that. Now that we have pressure here, I just don't know. There's a couple too many unknowns, because I dilly-dallied when I ought to have been very precise with my movements. And that feels kind of bad. 1,500 gold. The traveling tinker in need of supplies offers you a helm with the unicorn's horn on its top in exchange for food and water. Curious, you accept, and later find out that the helm is magical. That will give us +1 to our knowledge. For a barbarian, that makes a lot of sense. Zubin is gonna lose to with this army? You're kidding me. I mean, I guess the Medusa Queens are going to do full damage all the time, but really? Because there's no melee penalty, we would prefer to wait. Make them do half damage for their attacking turn, and then we fly across the battlefield. They're not going to kill one whole Thunderbird at a time, are they? I don't think so. If I knew which creature the Medusas were going to attack, I would shield. Do I plan on them attacking this bottom stack or the top stack? I'm going to hope I get lucky. Shield is only going to help with hand-to-hand. That one should have been a stone skin for the first bit of ranged damage, but it'll be helpful in just a moment anyway. Nope, the bottom one takes the heat. 1 Thunderbird goes down, 2 Thunderbirds goes down. I don't know if I could have done that any better. Oh my gosh. Never mind, I messed up critically. Phixfox overestimated the value of these Thunderbirds. I mean, they're good troops. You know what? It's probably closer to the reality that I underestimated the Medusa than I overestimated. Yeah, that's probably what happened. Because Thunderbirds are good, but Medusa Queens in this instance, I mean, there's just so many. The numbers are so high. Especially if every now and again you lose a turn due to something like that. Let's try and focus on single stacks wherever we can. We're going to lose one on the retaliation here. That retaliation's already gone. Focus, my friends, focus. Kill them one at a time. I guess I probably should have cast a shield. Oh dear. Oh no. I got one more shield with only one power though. I don't think it's really worth it. Is this the beginning of the next round of combat? It is. Yeah, now it's the time to cast the shield. It was the time to cast the shield before, but now it's really time to cast the shield. And we're just gonna lose. Crag Hack is gonna be so mad. Nobody tell Crag Hack what I did. He's gonna be like, what happened to my Thunderbirds? He's like, I was supposed to have like 20 Thunderbirds here waiting for me. Where did they all go? I don't know. Something happened. Somebody made a mistake. Who was it? I don't know. Don't hate me. 14 hit points left. There's no reason to run, but there's also no reason to stay. 18, 18, 13. Can I do 13 points of damage? Oh, if I lose, I kill one more. Do I want Zubin back? He doesn't have any artifacts. We haven't really invested in him. You might as well kill one more stupid Medusa, and then you might as well just die. We even did worse. We actually did a little bit better. Not by much, but just a little bit. Okay, and knowing that the enemy is like knocking on our door in 2 spots, we don't have time to lose heroes like that. That's not good. We're not going to fight this fight. The experience isn't worth it. Sarog is going to go in that direction just to drop those gentlemen off. My word. Sulfur. Freebies. Freebies. I think we already got the Ogre Fort. I don't know. That was so long ago. And then the drink from the spring fills our blood with magic, and we have twice our normal spell points, which feels nice. Where, oh, where are my rocks? Shoot. We do have a hill fort to the south. Let me not spend 2,000 gold on the Ogre Fort. Let me purchase all the troops I can right now because time is of the essence. We're going to purchase everybody. That's going to be everybody but these hobgoblins. Do we have enough wolf raiders to make that make sense? Yes, I think so. So we're going to do it like this. And we're even going to have 2 hobgoblins here just for funsies. And Crag Hack needs to head south. We already did visit the stables, but we're going to go straight for this hill fort. That's going to get us up to at least the upgraded Ogre Magi. Even though we're not going to be able to resupply much from there, we're going to be feeling pretty good. And with 100 spell points in our veins, with all this exploration already done, this isn't good. Phixfox made a critical error, but I've seen worse. You always know that things are going really bad when Phixfox says that, by the way. Straker has appeared, a new challenger, and he is here. We can't stop him. You know what? I'm going to buy one rogue. One single rogue. That's not going to tell me anything. Never mind. Okay, fine. I want him to go out of his way to come get me as we make our way to this hill fort. I think... Get lucky? Not there. Already got those. We still have 6 rocks here anyway. Great. Great. And then now I do want to invest in this Ogre Fort. Pretty soon though, the City Hall, I'm gonna miss it because look, we were up to like 6,000 gold. It's dropping quickly. We're down to 5,000. Pretty soon it's gonna be 4,000, and so on and so forth. You're gonna wish you'd had an extra 2,000 gold per turn quite some time ago. If we'd gotten that white tent and we were able to head south into the dragons, I think we'd really be in a good spot. I think that we've seen a flaw in our plans. We got the gold to upgrade these troops wherever we need to. Let's actually start off. Do we start off with behemoths? I definitely want the Ogre Magi. I definitely want the Ancient Behemoths. And then I do get the Orc Chiefs. I do have just enough gold. 610 left. Yeah, so we're fine. And School of Magic, +1 on the star axis, looks nice. We need to head back up since Straker looks like he's making headway into our realm. We were able to keep Gerd alive. That feels fine. I'm okay with that. Let's stay right here. So if Straker wants to waste time, they have to come very far out of their way. Harpy Hags, not that good. Ajit stays alive. Ajit, you tell me how you say that. And then Sarog's going to wait one more turn while we pick up some additional rocks. Dang, red is clearing out a lot of that gold that was to the south. And that doesn't feel good at all. 4 red heroes all in one little area. And Straker actually makes for the boat. So Tamika is fair game, as is Vidomina's back. Moandor is kind of a whatever. I think I actually want to head in this direction. No, because if I this way is just as good, I'd rather the enemies go south instead of this way. So for sure we go in this direction. And if Vidomina is tougher than me, I don't know what to tell you. That'd be a very big surprise. I don't want to see myself lose, but I can't possibly imagine that they are really truly tougher than me. If they are, again, that is a surprise. Somebody needs to go for these wolf pins for the beginning of next week. And then the Cyclops Cave. Okay. Why in the world are the Cyclops, aka the Cyclopses, why are the Cyclopes so expensive? 20 ore and 20 crystal? That's a lot of crystal, especially when we have an upgraded behemoth layer to think about. I'm going to get them now because it's going to be worthwhile in the long run to have these creatures grow at 4 a week, I think, but not my favorite thing. Let's see if Straker lands. I doubt it. Let's see if Vidomina goes south for Gerd. Let's see how these enemy heroes here scatter. They go north. She actually handed off some troops to Straker. Straker does land. Okay. I can reach him right now if I want to. Tamika, I can't do both though. You can't fight Tamika and go north. I think Tamika is small potatoes. We know that Vidomina is highly magical. We know nothing about Straker as far as his magical capabilities. Is this army big enough to defeat a pack of liches, pack of the knights, dead knights, ghost dragons? Where'd you get a pack of champions? That pack of champions is actually a big deal. But I do have better attack. He's got better defense. Thank goodness we did take out Thant earlier, but Straker is looking very scary. I've seen dying vampire lords reborn in the blood of fallen enemies. Good to know. Nothing else here, but 18 and 21. And here's the thing. If I barely beat Straker, I then still have to worry about the 240 spell points from Vidomina. In good faith, I don't think I can fight these fights. I truly don't. Let's take out Tamika now. And let's hope that there's not 4 or 5 really strong heroes out there. Let's just hope that we can take out who we can. It's not about the 4 wolf raiders here. It's really about trying to make sure the enemy doesn't get to run. So that's why we're going to do this. Oh, that's only 2. Whoop. It's only 2 hobgoblins. They're not going to do an awful lot there, silly. Come on. Expert tactics. Woo! 24 ogre magi are gonna be in range. Almost. Almost. With the slow, I think I'll beat everybody here. Yeah, ogre magi are unfortunately gonna be just a little too far away, but I'm gonna spend 5 of my 100 spell points to get in here and here, and I think I gotta kill here with my biggest creatures here. Let's see, here, here, here. Yeah, this is the right play. I think I gotta kill all these gentlemen there. They'll kill there, they'll kill there, I kill here. Perfect. Okay. It's amazing what you can do with just one single slow. It's an awful lot. And so if Tamika does have any artifacts, I'll be surprised, but they wanted to run. Maybe they were just a good enough hero that made sense. I don't know. It feels like the enemy is getting stronger the longer this scenario goes. I do want to strike a very decisive blow, but I think I need to be just a little bit conservative in my choices. These still feel too far away, but it's almost a new week. Let's head back. And let's actually get a big hero chain going here. So Sarog is going to... they're going to consider fighting... Lots of Medusa queens. How is it lots? It's still lots? That just means it's 20 or more. It might have been exactly that, like like pretty much exactly 20. Golly. Don't like that at all. Okay, so we're gonna leave the subterranean gate for now until I find a black tent. I'm just not gonna worry about it. But I do think that it might be worthwhile to do a hero chain setup to where I can go to here and send troops to a hill fort there. It's day 6 now. Let's have Sarog actually go south as far as they can go. I don't know if it's more expensive to upgrade troops in the hill fort or not. I just don't know how that works. I guess we're going to find out in just a moment. Straker goes back into the boat. We get additional goblins. I think that the goblins are actually not as good as you would have thought. And then down to here. Another hero is going to get hired. It's going to be they. Speciality of ogres, not going to be that useful, but still. We're going to take them where we can get them. 1 hobgoblin as we upgrade here. I guess I could have upgraded those for free, huh? And then to there. 95 spell points. I think I want Crag Hack actually to be a part of this. So Crag Hack is going to send the first group of troops down south. Therefore, Vey needs to go as far south as they can go. Sarog needs to just be ready to pick up troops tomorrow. And it's going to be one big hero chain. These are the kind of hero chains that we live for. These are the difference between winning and losing. We even have Gerd here. And let's see if we can purchase everybody. Likely. It's possible anyway. That's actually a little bit interesting there, by the way. So we're really focusing on this area and now this area because we see the red hero. We know that they have the white border gate. We don't have it. That's a little bit rough on us, but we're going to have to just do the best we can. What's the best way of doing this? What's the best way of doing this? Do you leave troops? So that way you can hero chain them with Crag Hack. It's kind of the problem when Crag Hack is part of the hero chain. Except he's going to be able to get... Basically, I want him to get to the stables. I basically just want him to get to the stables. If we have to hire one more hero to make this work even better, fine, so be it. But, yeah. Well, we're just going to see what we can do here. So, all unupgraded troops... over here, minus the Cyclops. They can stay back for now. So here. Everybody else is upgraded? No, we just didn't have room. No, we ran out of gold. Wow, we are so low on gold. I'm going to trade gems. Sarog is coming in handy. Sarog has bought us at least another 4,200 gold. I'm not worried about the rest of these resources for now. Let's get the rest of troops in goblins. And it's going to be just goblins because then they're going to get upgraded for free. 105. Yeah, 105. And I'm going to take the Wolf Raiders because they're going to be pretty fast anyway. Okay. Let's make this happen. Troops go over. Minus here. Go into the stables. Leg 2 of the journey goes down to here. Swap. Sarog's in. We gotta wait to upgrade everything basically tomorrow, but when we do, we're gonna be able to go pretty far. Vey's gonna go up north a little bit. Age is gonna wait to come down. Windmill for 4 gems, and we will see if we get lucky in the refugee camp. But yeah, we gotta worry about here, via sea, and then up north. Those are kind of my concerns. Thank goodness we got some exploration so I don't feel like I just have no idea what's going on. But I do feel like this is the week that I have to attack. If I don't attack now, we're really going to have a tough time. Your messenger returns, bruised, bloody, and maimed, but still alive, barely. Limping up to you, he hands you a note. We know nothing about a sanctuary, Mr. Hack, but we do know this. You are already dead. You just don't know it yet yourself. You crumble up the paper and grumble that your first name is Crag. As you shove the crumpled note back into the messenger's hand, the hand falls to the ground. He's been turned into a zombie. With one quick stroke of your axe, his head comes off. Damn necromancers, you hate them all! The only thing I take solace in is the fact that they hate me just as much as I hate them. And oh boy, they hate me just as much as I hate them. Let's plan on Crag Hack getting to the front very quickly. Behemoths are always worthwhile. I want the Ogre Magi, I want the rocks. And let's send everybody up north, just like this. Big swap. Big swap once. And then... we're definitely going to pick up Titans. No! My gosh! No, look at this. I don't know what's in this other refugee camp, but I do not want to fight one more Titan. I do not. No, what do I need to get one Titan? 5,000 gold and 2 gems? Oh my gosh, I'm going to throw up on my shoes. 5,000 gold I should probably trade for right now. And even if I trade for it, it's just keeping the troop away from... That's horrible. No, because Straker is coming. Oh my goodness. Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to beat a Titan. Master Genies, I don't know. Is it worth it to purchase these troops to keep them away from the enemy? I don't think so, actually, because then they're just going to have even worse morale for their champions. That feels alright. I do want to just check. I think that this army is going to go down. Kind of stupid for me to have done it that way, but I wanted to get close enough just in case these troops go down anyway. And we're going to see. Maybe we get the refugee camp, maybe we don't. Crag Hack can reach if need be. And then next turn we may just have to hire another hero to bring all these troops down from the south. Let's see what happens. Red in the north, doing things. Stuff. Multiple stuffs. Straker runs away. That feels great, actually. That's the second time that Straker has ignored us when he could have attacked. And I'm fine for that. I can't possibly see Ghostwind actually being valuable, but he's heading down that direction like it is. This gives me time to have Vago back. Is that gold? Okay, that's unexpected, but welcome. This will actually give me time to get Vey and then the rest of these troops down south as Crag Hack takes the time. Cliff Nest, other stuff? Maybe not. This is a disaster. My logistics have been horrible for the last couple of minutes. This is actually bad. Phixfox is doing a terrible job of logistics here. Look at this. Okay, so Crag Hack is going to head in this direction because that's going to be where he's ultimately going to want to end up. Sarog is going to see if they can get 3 more rocks tomorrow, anywho. So here to here to here to here. Yeah, we'll be fine. Gerd is going to hand over this Titan because, hey, it's a Titan. And then we're going to put ourselves in position where Gerd can resupply there, grab some troops, and Crag Hack can potentially attack in Ghostwind tomorrow. How many troops are we going to give over? 6 of the Black Knights? 6 Black Knights? How expensive are they? I mean, they're going to have plenty of gold to purchase these 8 Black Knights. I wish I could destroy buildings here, but I just can't. Okay. We're just going to hand over so many troops. That feels really bad. 8 Black Knights, that's going to be a lot. Maybe I can actually cost the enemy more than just these skeleton warriors. We're just going to hit defend a couple of times. 18 attack, 21 power, 11 power, 12 knowledge with the 21 defense. Never mind. Somehow the enemy did even better. Whoops. Okay. buy everybody we can. 6 of the ogres. Let's focus instead. Not on the cyclopes. Let's focus on these wolves. 47 wolves. Yeah. Whew. Not good. Not good. And then Sorog is going to maybe be enough to bring in these troops here. Down to there. Gerd stayed alive. Just enough to bring these troops over. And then did Straker stay in the castle? No, he did not. That actually feels nice. Because I'm going to fight this fight. It's now a pack of the Dead Knights. But what happened to your ghost dragon? The ghost dragon is gone. Wherever it is, I don't know. I don't care. But with my expert tactics, I don't need to worry about fighting these fights like this anymore. We are just going to go kill you. And then we'll double back. Crag Hack feels that the odds are overwhelming. Do you wish to retreat? No, I do not. I wish to win this fight. I wish to win this fight so much you have no idea. Because the alternative is death. And death is bad. I don't know where you got 15 champions from, but it shouldn't be allowed. With all this attack and defense, the champions are really your priority. My word. Thankfully, depending on turn order, they might actually be blocked off due to this terrain and the Black Knights being right there. I'm going to plan on them being blocked off. There's no guarantee, but it's going to be my hope. It's going to be what I plan on. And we're going to do our very, very best with that. Oh, my kid's crying. I'll be right back. Oh, my life is better because of that cute kid. Okay. Well, I don't want to take the damage from the power liches, but I just might. It cannot be overstated how nice it was to pick up that necklace of swiftness, by the way. I think that you understand that, but in a time like this, I can really appreciate how big of a deal that is. Okay, because these Black Knights are 7 speed, these champions are going to have to go around the long way. We're going to leave the Ogre Magi, we're going to leave them here just in case. Good morale is not really likely or possible, but just in case, I suppose. And then it's then going to be Skeleton Warriors. I'm probably going to attack with the Thunderbirds right here, so the Black Knights can't really get out of the way. 5 Ancient Behemoths shouldn't kill 11 Black Knights. And then Wolf Raiders should get to there. Let's cast the slow. Oh, and the Black Knights actually keep their speed. Very surprising. Everybody else is still going to get to go, but the Power Liches and the Black Knights resisted the spell. Very interesting. Let's do 604 to 800 points of damage on these skeletons, like so. We killed 124, not too bad. Let's start working on these vampire lords. We might as well. Kill one. Oh no, and look at this. I thought that I'd be able to attack differently. It looks like I've made a very big error in my plans here. I think that 34 attack versus 35 attack, I think I definitely want to kill these champions because of the jousting bonus. Even if they're moving slowed and they don't move as far, they're still going to do tons and tons of damage. 15 to 30, 20 to 25, 100 hit points versus 120. I think that because of the jousting bonus, the champions are generally better. There's no double damage here on these Black Knights. The curse could hurt a little bit, but so be it. And it doesn't matter with the vampire lords whether I attack here or here. So let's actually just attack right here and do some damage. 15 down to 9. I'm pretty happy with that. I think 98 skeleton warriors remaining. 300 damage on these liches versus the whites. I think that let's just take care of the liches now. Who knows? Maybe something will happen and we won't get another chance in the future. Maybe this is our one chance. So we do that now. And the hobgoblins are going to get into the fight next turn. That was 65 points of damage to everybody. That hurt. And then, I mean, although of all the possible spells you could have thrown at me, that was probably the one that hurt the very least. I'm going to wait on these Orc Chiefs. Maybe they're going to get the opportunity to attack somebody for full damage. Let's Bloodlust the Thunderbirds. I think that they are my best creature at the moment. One more Behemoth goes down to 3. And then down to 14, down to 10, down to 7 Thunderbirds. 7 Thunderbirds is all. Oh my word, I did not think that we would take that much damage. That Bloodlust, I'd rather have the Ogre Magi actually up into the fight now, all things considered. I think that the slow was still the right move on turn 1, but I think that definitely the shield is the right move now. Yeah, I think there's no doubt about that. Wolf Raiders are going to have to kill the Vampire Lords. Let's remove their retaliation now. 7 down to 3. Titans are looking to pick off weak people. 49 damage. That's still a little too much than I can handle. One more Vampire Lord it is. And really, because of the retaliations, it is the Vampire Lords. 27 down to, call it 13. That feels okay. Skeleton Warriors are going to get full damage off. Can't stop it. Can't help it. We kill 13 whites. And full damage on the champions. Nice. Very nice. 8 hit points left on the champions. Best way to go with these ogres is to the north. 46 hobgoblins go down to the ice bolt for 230 points of damage. And the Vampire Lords are trying to leech life off these hobgoblins. It's not going to be enough. Hobgoblins do go down ultimately. We're down to 1 Thunderbird left. The Skeleton Warriors are going to be the main target for my Wolf Raiders now, I think. I actually really want to haste my ogres so they can just kill these Vampire Lords. And let's take the retaliation of, let's call it the Black Knights, so that the Ancient Behemoths can step up and just kind of step on them. The Titan's gonna just kill the one champion. Down to 4, down to there. And I do think that the Vampire Lords, let's see, Wolf Raiders are gonna step up and kill Skeleton Warriors. Yeah, let's do it like this. With the Ogre Lords, let's get them into the fight. We kill 15 of the Vampire Lords down to 5, 1 recoups, and then we kill all the skeletons. I believe the enemy's gonna run. No, they stick around for one more turn. They've got vampires, they've got whites, they've got a first aid tent and a ballista still to go. I'm gonna wait on my orc just to see if maybe we get the chance to finish this fight off in a good way. Wolves go down. We're down to Ogre Magi and Ancient Behemoths. This is not a very friendly fight here for us. And, oh, disaster! There's 26 hit points worth of Vampire Lord, there's 94 hit points worth of Black Knight, and there's 32 whites. I don't think that we can take out all these enemies in one fell swoop. I really don't. We got Teleport. We've got Clone. We could clone somebody. We could totally clone. Well, they wouldn't be 6 speed, though. We can absolutely kill one Vampire Lord here for sure. 3 Ancient Behemoths can kill the one Black Knight, and then we hope that 31 Ogre Magi can kill one white, or 32 whites. That's not very likely. But if the whites with their 5 speed go, thanks to the Necklace of Swiftness, the Orc Chieftains are going to be able to help. So let's do it like this. Vampire Lords goes down. Dread Knight goes down. We're going to have a little bit of damage that we can potentially amp with a little bit of spells. Should we Bloodlust? Is a little bit of extra attack skill going to go a long way here for us? We can do up to 640 something damage. We've got a Bless. Let's just cast the Bless. Get full damage off here, and then the Orcs should finish this off. Never mind. The Bless really did it for us. And folks, we have taken out Thant, and we have now taken out the enemy Straker, which is lovely. So 7,500 experience. It cost us all of the Thunderbirds. It cost us all of the Wolf Raiders, all of the Hobgoblins we had. But he's gone. Poof. Now we just have to worry about Vidomina and tons of scary spells, which is not a small thing. But because Thant was not able to run, and because Straker was not able to run, we have one more big scary hero to deal with, I think, and then we should be fine. Not to mention, as we see, we're going to pick up, looks like +2, a net of +2 on the Buckler of the Null King. Looks like, I think that's going to be just a +4. I don't think we have a right-handed weapon at the moment. The Surcoat of Counterpoise, Quiet Eye of the Dragon, Bowstring. This is nice. Very nice. And the Mystical Orb of Mana. That could not have gone any better. All things considered, that could not have gone any better. Let's trade out the Dwarven Shield so we get +2 defense. And then I do want the Orb of Mana. The Spirit of Oppression is not really going to do it for me. Oh, interesting. That Spirit of Oppression, I think, was in play in the previous fight. Interesting. So our morale actually wasn't that good. I didn't even notice that in that fight, but I suppose I should have. Worth noting that the enemy did not purchase these Black Knights for that fight. And that actually was a big deal. 8 more Black Knights would have caused me a lot of grief. Let's send a couple of heroes just to fill in where they can. No more ogres there to purchase. We're gonna have to wait here and then hopefully pick up some Thunderbirds there. Okay. Not too bad, not too bad. Let's see if we can spy Vidomina. If this is her, it's not. If that was her, I'd be pretty sad. There she is. And she does have ghost dragons. Not a big army though. Even though I don't have a big army, I think that I'm going to be better off than her. Rather than try and resupply at home, this is going to wreck my morale a little bit to have troops of 3 alignments and have undead in the group, but I think it's actually worthwhile to pull 5 Black Knights into this army. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? I mean, that's potentially an extra 500 hit points worth of hit points to mess around with. For the low cost of 2 morale. Say we do it. Yeah, let's do that. It sets behind some of our other heroes, which is unfortunate, but and it only sets them behind in the sense that they were planning on making some purchases that now they can't. Who cares? Everything that we do serves a purpose, and that purpose is making sure that Crag Hack is the biggest, baddest person here on the planet. And so I don't really care if you're up here trying to get a couple of ogres for me. Your job is to make sure that Crag Hack can move and keep on rolling. So, up here we try and be polite. Up here we try and make sure that everybody's having a real good time. And the way that we encourage that is we have the means to make sure that your life ends if you don't want to keep the peace. I live in Idaho, which is in the northwest of the United States, and I mentioned the other day to someone that we don't really have a lot of problems up here in Idaho. Okay, that's not true. Idaho has gotten big enough due to its proximity to California and being seen as a potential recruiting base for gang activity. Unfortunately, there's been some bad characters that have moved into Idaho. I don't like it. It's just kind of the reality of the situation. And you may say, Idaho doesn't have gangs. Look, man, I shouldn't really say what we have, but it's pretty well documented that we have Sureños, Norteños, AKs. We got plenty of local gangs and biker gangs and such. It can get kind of rough. But people are still pretty polite in Idaho because everybody's got a gun. Probably more people are carrying guns in Idaho on a day-to-day basis than Texans are carrying guns on a day-to-day basis. If I had to guess, I really don't think I'm off base when I say that. And that might draw the ire of some people who say, oh no, it's absolutely going to be, the Texans who have more guns. I don't know. Idaho, I think, is really going to give you a run for your money. And so what that means is if everybody has a gun and everybody is armed, you are less likely to be aggressive with someone. You're less likely to be rude. And politeness in general, if it has to be enforced just because you don't know if the other person is carrying, it may not seem like the height of civility, but it works. For better or for worse, it does work. Lots of orc chieftains. We can beat them. We shall beat them. Do I wait for rocks? I think that a couple of wolf raiders going down the battlefield can actually handle lots of orc chieftains. After we lost to Medusas, though, I don't know that for sure, so I'm going to wait. I don't know, so I'm just going to wait. Whoever that was just ran right by... Yeah, they ran right by Ghostwind. I don't like that decision. Oh no, are you going to go right here? Oh no. If Vidomina is going to run to the safety of the white border gate, I should really let her, but I don't want to. Okay, well, let's keep heroes alive. And let's ensure that Vidomina is obligated to run all the way to the end. I don't trust any other hero to defeat her, not knowing that she has 240 spell points. But if she uses the forces to take dragons, we really needed Caitlyn to take that tent. That was a big loss. We can reach there in 2 turns. Give or take. Even if we give it this castle for a moment, I'm going to be fine with that. I need the flexibility of being able to go where I need to go. So, I do need to go back just to pick up the stables and to kill this hero. Enemy has fled. I think that this is just a secondary hero. We pick up the advanced logistics, which is excellent. Stables are good. Nimbus is dead. And is there somebody else here? Somebody else is here. Who is it? Neela. So nobody. She does have Scales of the Basilisk, though. I think I'd rather have the Armor of Wonder. +1 to each of your stats is really good. Do we have a tavern here? We do. Zubin is back. We're going to pick him up. Some believe that each necropolis builds a necromancy amplifier to help its heroes raise the dead. I think that if you believe that, you need to go get your cranium checked. You're thinking like an alien. It just ain't realistic. Imagine necromancers having the ability to increase their necromancy skill. Yeah, sure, whatever. What the heck? What kind of shenanigans are these? This is the second time we get Titans? First it was this refugee camp, and now it's this refugee camp. We're going to bring these Titans together, and they're going to be the best of friends. And we're going to bring the Silver Pegasi because they're friends already. Why not? What in the world is going on? Whatever it is, I'm here for it. In the best way possible, I am totally here for it. Might as well pick up the stables just in case things go south. And look, we're out of gold again. Huh, crazy. I'm just saying. We're finally going to make this happen. Let me get up to, call it 500 gold. We need what, wood? Oh, blacksmith is 1,000. I thought it was 500. I'll trade a little bit of wood here. And then tomorrow we're going to get our extra 1,000 gold a day. Yeah, it was an error. And by now we would have at least an extra, what? 14,000 gold? If I'd just been a little bit more on the ball with that. Doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good to make these kinds of mistakes, but we have made them. Okay. Keymaster's tent, and at this point, I feel like I might as well go into the enemy's territory here. Is there something up there? I don't know. We're going to find out, though. 3,000 gold here. I'm not going to worry about archers' towers and pikemen and stuff. I do want to make sure I save Titans. Can we get out from here? This is Vidomina. Let's go back the long way. I don't think that the enemy has scouted this far. And if they have, we're going to feel pretty dumb. City Hall now. It can't wait. Cannot wait any longer. And then Gerd is probably going to take that Titan. That Titan's going to help us clear out a lot of those things that we wanted to clear out just a moment ago. So let's grab 2 Thunderbirds. Maybe a few more. 5 Thunderbirds, 6 Thunderbirds. We're going to go to here. 5 gems. And we're going to do a little hero swap to pick up that patch of gold. And let's hope that Vidomina behaves herself. Okay, and that's actually Vidomina behaving herself. I don't want to give up dragons and such. I don't know if she can beat several dragons with this army. I'm going to assume that she cannot. And so I'm just going to let her do whatever she wants to do for the meantime. We're scouting in the upper right corner with Zubin. I don't know what's up there. Should I take 2 steps out of my way to find out, or should I just go down the road? If there's something important, Zubin will let me know. Let's go grab other things, like Dark Cloud. This should be a bit of a fight. Our morale has gone down just a tiny bit. but the troops are totally worth it. Zai is going to go down. I think that these losses are acceptable for 3,400 experience, and this is a good castle to have picked up. Mage Guild level 2, sure, why not? Nice to get the blind finally. I think that that's the first time I've seen the blind spell. And then let's head south. Not in here, not in here. Yes. I'm assuming that the Dwarven Treasury is empty. There is a garrison there that we're going to want to keep an eye on. Let's hire one more hero. Let's make it Krelion the Barbarian. They're going to leave most of these troops here as well. Say explore. And pick up freebies. Cool. And so then here is that big swap we were talking about just a moment ago. First off, rocks. Troops over. Up. And then here. And these troops are going to hopefully, I say hopefully they will help us ensure that we don't have a repeat of those issues that really hurt our hearts a little while ago. AKA losing all of our forces because Phixfox was overconfident. Tell you what though, I win a lot more fights than I probably should, and I truly believe it's because I'm occasionally more confident than I should be. I do think it matters. You find a rich gold vein in the side of the mountain. I was right. That is 1,500 gold. I actually thought it was going to be more. I'm a little bit sad. I thought it was going to be like 4,000 gold. It's still pretty darn good. We're going to be happy with that, but when you expected 4,000 gold and you get 1,500, makes you a little bit sad. A little bit sad. Boat lands, they do go pick up dragons. Okay, so there's a bit of a time crunch now. The longer that the enemy has dragons, the worse off I'm going to feel. Okay, there's a mercenary camp up in the top. I wouldn't have gotten that anyway. We will pick up all these other freebies as we clear this area. And who knows why boats are figuring so much into this map. This doesn't feel like the kind of map where boats would matter, but apparently they are the ace in the hole. They are the kicker that the enemy is using. Speaking of politeness, because everybody has a gun, by the way, there is a fun study. Oh, I gotta bring it up. I gotta show you real quick. I've got to show you this study. Hold on. Let me see if I can figure this out. Let me see if I can find it first of all. The question was posed whether or not if you worry about wild gorillas and if you're worried about them fighting you or not. And here's the truth of the matter, is that in this poll that was taken, everybody in the United States rightfully agreed that yes, I am concerned about gorillas. I am scared of gorillas, except for one state in the Union. And that one state, if you can see it here, is in fact the one and only state of Idaho. Yep. My state says that no, we are not scared of gorillas. Now, just so we are clear on this, being afraid of wild gorillas in Idaho doesn't make a whole lot of sense because there are no wild gorillas here. So we're not going to be, jumped out of a bush by a gorilla. But I think that the Idahoans who answered this poll, I think that they knew that. I think that they knew that, hey, we're not saying no, we're not scared simply because we don't have any gorillas here in Idaho. I think that the Idahoans were saying, no, we're not scared of the gorillas because we're Idahoans and we're too tough. Now, if that's not overconfidence, I don't know what is. So every time you see me lose to a bunch of Medusa, just know I come by it honestly because I'm an Idahoan and I certainly don't worry about wild gorillas and I certainly don't worry about lots of Medusa. I'm just saying, thank you for your time and letting me take that little detour. Okay. Although, because everybody's armed, maybe they just think that their guns are more powerful than a gorilla, which, by the way, they're not. No, they're not. I would not trust any amount of firearm to stop a gorilla. South to Ferris Swamp, beware. It is owned by the Eben Hand. They do not like intruders. Good to know. This is a horde of Black Knights. Look, the enemy's not going to come through a horde of Black Knights, and so neither shall I. I will go the long way through the White Gate, and if they decide to come up this way, so be it. Fine. but I'm going to assume that we've cleared this whole northern section of the map, minus what you can achieve by boat. And we're going to go reclaim this territory in this direction. So everybody else just needs to stay put for a minute. Just take it easy. Oh. And let's hopefully keep castles away from the undead, because I think that they might be able to use them fairly effectively. I will go out of my way for this +1 defense. It's going to take me a little bit out of my way. It is going to be Moandor that's looking to cause me some problems. Who do I have underground here? Vey. Vey is going to take the time. I'll accept those losses. Vey is going to take the time to go and pick up this tent, even though I do need these defenders. I just don't know when we're going to come back for this. And who knows how important that tent's going to be. +1 to the gem pond there. And then I guess Krillion might as well pick up some of these other freebies. Free resources here. Soon to get some more sulfur. And then it's only 3 rocks, but I do want to keep them safe. Sorog's going to pick up those 3 rocks. And actually Sorog's also going to unload these troops I don't really want or need. The morale penalty when you don't have leadership is really high, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. I think it's time probably to upgrade, well, to a capital. Unless you can reach me this turn. No stables, but you're traveling by road if you go straight north. If you go straight north. I'm going to wait on the upgraded Behemoth Crag. Instead, I'm going to purchase troops where I can and other worthwhile upgrades, like Ogre Magi. Yeah. I think that as long as we have the Hill Fort, I'm just not going to worry about upgrading the Behemoths for now. And so let's actually purchase everybody minus Behemoths and Cyclopes. Down to 3,000 gold left. This is the defending force as it currently stands. Let's hope that Moandor leaves us alone. Oh, he got close. He got close enough to us that I was a little bit concerned. I can defeat Tamika. I'd prefer to have the gold. I'll catch up to you whenever I feel like it. And then because I'm pushing in this direction, I think that I must defeat Moandor with these forces I currently have. I think he's not going to ignore me and just run away. It's going to be up to these other forces to deal with him. But that does include the forces of Vey. Ajit is going to help consolidate. Let's do one big swap. And we do have an additional 9,000 gold now. That will get us 182 of the hobgoblins. I will take the time to spend resources here and here. Upgrade the Orc Tower, because it's not too bad of an upgrade anyway. And then with the final 2,000 gold I have, we're just going to hope that we can make this happen. Who here is the best hero? Probably Vey. 4 attack, 1 defense. But they're out of stuff. Leadership and resistance. Probably not that good. Sorog, level 2 battle mage. But you do have the spell book. Is a haste and 2 stone skins or 2 stone skins going to matter? I think it is going to be Sorog that fights this fight. Funny enough. Yeah, that's going to be what it is. So, okay. Let's bring over all these troops. And this is a really ragtag force. But we might be able to make this work as we trade just the last of our crystal to resupply one final time. But really, this might be enough to win this fight. These margins feel like they're going to be pretty slim. Perhaps I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But once again, when Phixfox overthinks things and then they go well, I don't feel too bad. That one Titan's going to be pretty useful. Okay. Enemy has fled, and now this is going to secure this area for us. And for the first time, we have a hero that doesn't have 17 attack doing some damage. Who'd have thought? The Cyclopes take a beating. 2 ghost dragons, plenty of these other forces. I don't think that the haste is going to be useful. Let's just do the shield, so that way we can reduce the retaliation damage here. 2 Thunderbirds goes down, 30 hit points left on these ghost dragons. 3 Silver Pegasi, I'm going to let somebody else deal with them. Ouch. 4 attack, 5 defense. This is not a nobody hero. It's really not. Thankfully, as we focus on these ghost dragons where we can, thankfully we're going to get the first shot on these skeleton warriors. And so, not my favorite thing in the world, but we're gonna be okay to get the first swipe at everybody. Whites, let's kill as many as we can here. I don't think we can kill them all. No, we killed about half, down to 6 whites. Gonna do some damage there. We killed the rest there. I think that the hobgoblins kill the skeleton warriors, and then I think that the enemy's gonna run with the zombies because there's too many hit points with 48 zombies to go. Even if I get good morale here, it's not gonna be enough. Enemy sticks around for one more turn. Surprising. We're gonna wait, and the enemy does run now. Okay, 1900 experience though, but Sarog has proven themselves. We're even gonna give them basic fire magic. When was the last time you saw a barbarian with basic fire magic? It's not a pretty regular thing, I think. So, very happy that the board of directors has decided that Sarog has done their job in a very positive manner, very pro-social like, and turned the enemy away from our borders. Huh. More goblins. At least we're getting hobgoblins. It's not a lot, but it's something. Vidomina has dragons. I think that Tamika is a little bit of a bait. 2,600 movement points. I have 2,600 movement points. I've got 73 spell points. I don't care about Tamika, but I do care about Vidomina. Several ghost dragons and a few red dragons. Here's gonna be the question, and this is always the question, but it's really the question right now. And here it is: can I reach with my resupply? And if so, how far? I can go that far. That's not far enough. But if I go to here, how about this? How about we attack Ghostwind? We take it. It's going to be ours. No losses. 5 works. Okay. And I think that with these defenders with the castle, I think that we're definitely going to win this fight if they decide to attack us. And then tomorrow, we should be in range for a nice resupply, especially if we go to right here. Let's set it up. Who is going to be the first leg of the journey? Who's going to be the second? So on and so forth. We will wait and we will find out. They is going to be the one that can get to Sarog here. Ajit is going to go from here to there with the 8-speed creature now. Should be able to reach here next turn. Let's have Vey actually get rid of everybody who's below 12 speed. That's just going to slow you down. Even the rogue is just going to slow you down. These Silver Pegasi are a really nice pickup just because of their speed for any adventuring hero. And then I will send Gerd up north. I think I'm going to be able to reach Crag Hack and bring help. Help is on the way, dear. Help is on the way. And if Vidomina attacks me and wins, I guess I just lose. But I still think that with these bonuses I picked up, not to mention the surcoat of counterpoise, I think I win. I'm still a better hero by a lot. 17 attack, 16 defense versus my 28 and 21. Let's stop talking about it and let's just find out. Oh my goodness, you want to fight me. Your forces suffer a bitter defeat and Crag Hack abandons your cause. If this is it, then let this be the end. If this is going to be our end, then I would have it be such an end to be worthy of remembrance. 21 power liches, 39 of the vampires, 38 liches. So 21 and 38. 21 power liches, 38 regular liches. That's actually going to be a little bit of a concern. We do have wraiths, 92 of them that will suck away at our mana. Dread Knights, the upgraded version of the Black Knights. 1 dragon, not too worried. 6 ghost dragons. 207 spell points. Don't love it, but this is the fight that we have. Thank goodness we decided to fight this in the castle, eh? We do have 2 stacks of the Ogre Magi. And these Ghost Dragons can go just about everywhere. We want to make sure that we don't stack on top of each other just because these Liches are going to do so much damage. This is brutal. Do we have Forgetfulness? I think we might have Oh, you can't Forgetfulness Liches, can you? The sheer amount of hit points we have to deal with here is so high. I think that this is the best we can do right now. We're killing 3 Liches at a time. Ghost Dragons are immediately going to kill 5 of the Ogre Magi. Master Genies can potentially go out and play Spoiler, but they will die very, very quickly. Otherwise, I can use them as a random spellcaster. Let's cast their spell on the Behemoths, because that's clearly my best stack. Let's see what we get. Mirth is actually pretty good. I don't think it really would have mattered. No, that did raise their morale by 2. So I'm fine with that. And then I do have the choice. Do we shield or do we slow? Knowing that the Liches are going to do damage, but it's going to be reduced because of the wall, I do think that the shield is going to be the very best thing for us. Sorrow sounds good, doesn't work. Anti-magic. Not right now. We do have Clone, but it only clones creatures level 1 through level 5. So it will clone 1 stack of Ogre Magi. If I do cast the slow now, though, then Wraiths are going to take a long time to get down the battlefield. Vampires will take a long time. Tell you what, let's cast the slow now. We do get everybody. And then let's hope that we can just pile on the damage here. I would like to wait on the Ancient Behemoths, but the problem is that if I do, I can surely pick up 1 Bloodlust, probably from this group of Ogre Magi. But I think am I going to lose 1 Ancient Behemoth by ranged damage? Possibly. Halved, 40 defense, 31 attack. I want to get the full value out of these Ancient Behemoths. And these Black Knights, they can step up. We'll do 326 damage now. We can basically kill potentially 2 Ghost Dragons, but if they age us and then they take away half of our hit points, I'm going to feel really dumb. Let's give it a shot. Let's hope for the best. We do kill 2, and we do not get aged. That's excellent. I'm going to wait on these Black Knights. I think I'm going to let these Ogre Magi, these 7, step out of the way just so I can step in. Yeah. Yeah, and then let's just focus on these 1 troops that are here right now. And then let's just step up and kill. Oh, no, you're an idiot. No, 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 no. They've got this big attack that shoots AoE damage. What are you doing? Run! There's a haste on the Wraiths. That's kind of interesting. I don't hate that, because now my Black Knights are going to get to step up as tons and tons of damage goes down. How much damage did those Liches do, actually? Power Liches did 127 damage. Liches did 203. So actually, that was not good, but we still kept the Behemoth, so that's not too bad. 5 Black Knights against these Wraiths. Let's see what we can make happen. 92 down to 75. And by the way, even the Red Dragon, who's immune to most spells, they still took the slow. You're immune to spells level 1 through 3. Just because I have Expert, that doesn't mean that you should eat that spell. Weird. Okay. Let's see. I got cures. I think that with 4 power, that curing the Behemoths doesn't make a lot of sense. The Master Genies are going to take so much damage if and when they fly across the battlefield. I would love to slow these Wraiths. I just... Let's haste the Ancient Behemoths one more time. Or rather, let's cast a spell on them. And then, knowing that these wraiths are sitting right here, dragons can't get across. Maybe they haste the vampires. I don't want to cast a slow again, but I might haste my own behemoths. Let's do that. Let's haste the behemoths so we can get their full damage off on these wraiths, and then let's let the titans start to do damage. 74 to 111. Let's kill the guys that fly. Let's try and kill one dragon. Okay, and then I'm anticipating losing a behemoth on this retaliation. I can't help it. 75 down to 27. Blind on the orcs. Were they that good? Are the orcs that good that that was actually a worthwhile spell? I don't know the answer. But I know that these wraiths now do not have a... whatchamacallit. They do not have a retaliation. Bloodlust. I think that these two Ogre Magi are going to cast their Bloodlust. I'm going to wait on these 13. And then let's see what happens. Yep, that seems pretty obvious. Okay. We don't have a lot of hit points left. But we're definitely staying in this castle. And we have to hope that they don't get really lucky and just take out the main gate here. We really have to hope that... we just have to hope for the best. Do I have a shield? Or no, not a shield. Air shield? Do I have air shield? Can I reduce the ranged damage from these enemies? Hold on. Air shield. Shields a selected unit, reducing the amount of damage received from ranged attacks. That's pretty good. The clone's pretty good, but that eats up all my spells. Again, you can't Forgetfulness. You can cast Forgetfulness on the undead. That seems wrong. I didn't think you could. Would I have if I could have, or if I'd known? I think so. I think I would have. I don't really want to take the damage from this red dragon, but... wait, I'm hasted. Hold on, I'm hasted and you're slowed. I'm totally going for these power liches. Who knows how good or bad it'll be to take all this damage? I don't want to really find out, though. So tell you what, let's do the Forgetfulness while we can. Right here. And then half the stack should forget to use their ranged attack. Let's kill so many power liches. We kill 7. That's it. We do get the good morale, so that was the perfect time for it. And with the good luck, we actually take down pretty much most of the stack. 108 hit points there. I wonder if you're going to cast a haste on the vampires or the Dread Knights to send them back. I don't know. Let's kill one red dragon here. We do. Wonderful. And then let's see what the spell is. Shield. Ah, we knew it was possible. But I don't think shield is going to reduce the damage from my castles. And so at least there's that going for me. Ogre Magi and the Black Knights should be able to do tons of damage to the Wraiths. I'm probably going to anti-magic the Orc Chiefs in just a moment. That damage is too important. Good luck is always good. And... whoop. Yeah, and so the Behemoths are actually going to do tons and tons of damage. Well, there's one left anyway. It's going to be enough to at least bother this bottom stack of Power Liches. But yeah, let's cast the anti-magic now, because one of my primary stacks is this Orc Chief, and so long as they stay alive, we're actually doing pretty okay. Behemoths are going to get tagged by these Knights and these Vampires, but as many of these Liches as I can deal with right now, the better off I'll be. 162 hit points down to 24. It was probably about as good as I could have done. Let's actually save the Titan's turn. Oh, you're going to summon Fire Elementals? With 169 hit points left, you're going to summon so many Fire Elementals. Can I dispel them? I don't think so. I don't think that's how that works. Well, that feels great. All right. Well, at this point, we've dedicated ourselves to this course. We just have to hold out as best as we can. So long as my ranged creatures try and bring down liches, so long as I'm not doing full damage anywhere else, I'll be fine. We have to win this fight, though. I wish I didn't just waste 60 points of damage on the Ballista, but I did. 30 spell points left. shield. Not yet. Yeah, not yet. That one anti-magic is pretty good. Are you still forgetfulness? You are. I'm still gonna do some damage there. Yeah. Well, tell you what, if the enemy is gonna cast fire elementals forever, I don't think that there's much I can do, unfortunately. Feels pretty bad. Hurts your heart, really. We do have 30 spell points left, though. What to do? That's not going to do it. Firewall is definitely not going to help when they're immune to fire. Do they take bonus damage? Vulnerable to ice. Ice bolt, 135 points of damage, and then some. It's not going to be enough either. At least they don't fly. They're basically ground troops. The energy elementals do fly, but not these guys. Yeah. Pity. Oh, and there's a gap here in the fence. I didn't even realize that. I should have cast slow. That's my bad. I didn't even realize. But yeah, we'll step in front with one of these troops. Probably the Ogre Magi. Ouch. Maybe not. Here. And here. Okay. Well, folks, I hate to say it, but that's just kind of the way the cookie crumbles. And whose fault is it? It's my fault. I knew she had that many spell points. I didn't know she had the fire elementals. I think anybody's going to be hard-pressed to do well in this instance, but there's nothing you can do. Nothing I can do at this point anyway. So, yep. Magic is good. Magic is really good. And these Dread Knights are going to reach. So we're going to sit right here, so they have to go all the way around or kill. Down to 66 of my orcs. And 109 spell points remains for Vidomina. Let's kill where it matters most. Oh, and we lost our... Whoops, we lost our whatchamacallit. Our anti-magic is gone. We are going to replenish that now. But darn it if I didn't give them a good fight. Like, this is a loss, and this is ultimately my mistake. But I still feel like I acquitted myself quite nicely. So, I don't feel too bad about this. I really don't. Yeah, just knowing that I'm going to have to deal with an additional... What's this going to be, like 150 fire elementals? It happens. 180? It happens. Now, could I cast something here? Let's see. Teleports? No. Shields? No. Clones? No. Really, the firewall actually could have been pretty nifty. I just don't see it. Let's do the stone skin and then we'll do the shield. Well, no, we're anti-magic for another couple of turns. 3 more turns. Are there any damaging spells I want to kick out there? Not really. Nope, just gonna have to start doing damage. We can kill 192 to 480. It's not enough. 8 Orc Chiefs goes down in time. It's not enough. Although, tell you what, I'm gonna just magic arrow there, and I'm gonna hope that the enemy or my turrets actually focus on the Dread Knights. I'm gonna defend. If we both die, at least I'll feel satisfied to some degree. Let's just hope that my turrets attack these guys. They don't. Okay. So even if I don't even have the consolation prize of making sure that if I don't walk away, the enemy doesn't either, which is really sad. But that would have actually been pretty funny. Just be like, yeah, I lose. But so do you. And with 1 spell point left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stacks of 30 is going to be too hot to handle. And it's going to be Crag Hack that would ask for the surrender at this point. but unfortunately, he is unable to at this time. So let's just defend our way through. Your forces suffer a bitter defeat, and Crag Hack abandons your cause. What a fight. What a fight. Alrighty. Could I have fought that fight any different? No. That was probably about as good of a fight as I could have given myself. There's nothing you can do against this many fire elementals. There's nothing. And the only other thing you can maybe do is try to find a spell or a tactic that the AI wants to do more than the fire elementals. I don't think you're going to find one, though. Like, you're not going to disable a big stack of their forces with like a blind or something that then they say, oh, well, it's more important that I dispel magic than cast summon fire elemental. I don't think you're going to find that. And so there's no way you can prevent them from just unleashing 200, 180 spell points worth of summon fire elemental. I don't think I can just wipe them off the face of the map before the fire elementals start to come out. There's just too many hit points. Yeah, I think this is just a loss. If you think you could maybe win this fight, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments section, because man, it would sure be nice. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you this right now. We're going to accept this loss, and we have lost this scenario. But we are now at this point 2.5 hours into this playthrough. I honestly don't want to do another 2.5 hours of this playthrough, especially when we've done so very, very well. And so for that reason, what we're actually going to do is, for the first time in Heroes of Might and Magic 3, Phixfox is going to use the autosave, because I'm going to save you time and I'm going to save me time. And I think I did well enough in that fight that you can like do a little bit of a golf clap and say, okay, Phixfox, save me 2.5 hours. And I'll say, righto, governor. And we're going to do that right now. So we're going to accept this. It's going to say that we lose because we lost. We lost. And so I'm going to take my lumps, but we're going to reload the autosave 3 days prior. And I think that's going to be enough. Whoa, where are we at? What in the world? Oh, this is the previous scenario. We got to go back to campaign. We got to go back to, I don't know. How do I get back to this? A cage in the hand? Yeah. So we just died here. Let's go back 3 days to 224. And then that way we don't have Crag Hack get sucked in all the way. I feel bad about this. I feel bad about this. One of the hallmarks of a Phixfox playthrough is that we accept our wins and we accept our losses. But quite frankly, in the interest of time for 2.5 hours, it's just, we're here to have fun, right? I gotta tell you, it's not fun at this point if I just lose like that. It's just not that fun. So we do still have a little bit that we need to do. Look at this, we're getting ogres, we're getting some freebies. We do need to refight the Moandor fight. That one's coming up in just a second. There he is. And so we do have to still do those nifty little logistics like this. Oh gosh, I'm just going to accept these losses. Yep. Wisdom, sure, why not? And try and do everything pretty much the same way as I did before. Just making sure that this time we don't put ourselves in the corner. Nobody puts baby in the corner. Nobody. Unfortunately, that's a reference that I know is a reference, but I don't know where it's from. I am full. I am chock full of references that I don't know where it comes from, but somebody sure does. Capital now makes a lot of sense. We're going to pick up plenty of gold. No worries. Is it like nobody puts baby in the corner? What is that in reference to, actually? Something. That's in reference to something. Vidomina is still south. Oh, she's going to come up right now. And so for that reason, we're going to go get Tamika, and then we're going to come back in just 1 second. Is that Footloose? Nobody puts baby in the corner? Is that Footloose? Okay. Once again, I got to Google something. Nobody puts baby in the corner. Movie. What's that a reference to? Dirty Dancing. Oh, it's Dirty Dancing. Yeah, actually, that makes a lot more sense. Because it's Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey. Jennifer Grey before she got her nose job. That's one of the most interesting Hollywood things to me. So Jennifer Grey, you might have known her from the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which is funny because that's the movie that everybody really kind of should know her from, but it's not the movie people know her from. Well, people know her from that movie, but then she got a nose job, and after that movie, after Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and then after Dirty Dancing, she became unrecognizable and then couldn't find work in Hollywood anymore. And like, it's a weird thing where it's like, oh, here's an improvement that I'm going to make, and it's going to make me like fit the bill more. I'm going to stand out more. And what it really did is just kill their career, which is insane to me. But hey, that's how it goes. You know, you have this like kind of cute face and cute thing going on, and then you do that. Yeah, okay. I mean, that's what happened to her anyway. So, kind of funny how you wouldn't have thought that something that people would usually consider an improvement would actually be the thing that ruins you. But there it is. Let's see. I think that we did things like this. I think we upgraded here. I think we traded resources. If we didn't do it before, we're definitely going to do it now. And then just win this fight again. If we can win this fight just with the auto combat, I will. We already won it once. I don't really see the need to win it again the second time, if I don't have to. We'll do things like this and fight. Hopefully win. We do. It's going to cost us a lot. I'm just going to accept that. Fire magic. Ooh, and scholar this time. Nice job. Good job. Somehow we got more experience. We must have killed more troops. Maybe he didn't run this time. Did he run last time? Questions. Questions that need answers. Okay. All right. We are back up to where we were. Remember last time we made the critical error of dying. Don't do that. This time we're going to kill Tamika because I hate their guts. By the way, I'd never realized that Tamika was a girl. I just thought it was weird that the name and the... But apparently Tamika's totally a female. I had no idea. Now I do. People have told me. One of my favorite things that people do online with Heroes of Might and Magic is they do memes, which is great, but they also do things like AI portraits, kind of like reimagining those AI portraits. Those things are very, very nifty to me, and sometimes they really capture the spirit of that hero in their portrait, in my opinion, and sometimes I feel like they just... I don't know what you were thinking you were going for, but that ain't right. Sometimes I get it, and sometimes I'm less than impressed. But most of the times, it's really, really good. And so Tamika was one of those I saw, and Tamika's portrait looked really pretty fantastic, and really highlighted some things that are there in the portrait that I just don't really focus on when I play. And it was nice to get that additional kind of, I don't know, insight. Whatever it was nice to see. Okay, we should be far enough away. We're going to survive one more turn than we otherwise would have. Astrologers proclaim it to be month of the eagle. Are we going to finally get these two titans to join up? We are. And there's actually more Master Genies. What in the world? That's the second time. Okay, we got titans here, then titans here. Master Genies here, Master Genies here. Now we have 6 Master Genies. And I don't know, maybe are these two refugee camps like just behind each other? Do they cycle through in a predetermined way? I don't know. Funny enough, that scholar that we picked up actually helped out a lot. Crag Hack now does have the blind. I don't think he had that before. Yeah, that was actually a really nice pickup there. Huh, surprising. For these forces, changes to make. I don't know. I do know that Crag Hack is heading back though. We're going to get full spell points. We're going to see if we got time to go to the Magic Spring. And this was really just an opportunity for me to pick up some additional troops. Whatever you pick up here in Ghostwind, I don't care. You've already got so many advantages. I'm just going to let you take your advantages. I'm going to get 1 more week's worth of troops, and then we're going to duke it out. Because I've got plenty of dwellings here. I think that this does tilt things in my favor, not to mention 1 additional Titan does an awful lot for you. Let's see, Krellion. Crowley on. Mr. Crowley. Mr. Crowley. We know who you are now. I do wonder, by the way, we haven't really seen a black tent yet, but we know it's got to have some relevance on this map. Or at least we figure it has to, because it was in our underground. But where does it go? No. Okay, so for the second time, Phixfox completely loses. Let's ignore that. Hold on. Well, hold on now. What? Hold on. Okay, so we're back here. Oh, there it is. Okay, so let's go back to like, what, 227? Why is there a gap between 227 and 231? Because doesn't that just bring me to here? Yeah, that just brings me to here where apparently I can get attacked because the enemy is so fast. Am I going to have to go back like 4 more days? Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to go back more than that. Huh. Okay. As you can see, we've made a very critical error, but I don't see... There's several days missing here in the autosave, so we got to go back further than I wanted to. Oh, it's not that bad though, actually. At least we've already fought those one enemies. We fought Moandor. We're just gonna take some losses here. Let's actually see if the refugee camp changes. Boars. Interesting. Okay, so that's actually news to me. I didn't realize that these camps would change like that. I thought that they were going to be pretty much the same every time. I was wrong. Crag Hack's going to go the long way, how about? So is Sorog. As we, once again, go for a full week. Yeah, at this point, not only has Phixfox lost, Phixfox has really lost. Like, bad. But my hope is that people have seen that I do have a general commitment to my rules. And I hope that you understand the reasons for me making an exception here. Not really, I don't know. Does my moral compass include room for the phrase that rules are made to be broken? Is that really what Phixfox's moral compass entails? Rules are meant to be broken? Not really, I really don't think so. It just so happens that today that's the direction that we're going, at least at the moment. For now. And actually, it's fairly late at night at the moment, and I do want to complete this scenario number 1, and I actually do need to get something out there. So we've had some pretty interesting things happening. My computer is on the fritz in a very interesting way, and only at the library does it cause me grief, because I stream at the library because my internet's not fast enough here at my house. And so, what am I to do? Well, I do the best I can, but with my computer, it's been giving me error codes. Kernel access, unexpected kernel access, something like that. And I do still need to figure out what that's about. But as long as my computer is in poor health... Oh no, we wanted to go to this magic spring, didn't we? Oops. As long as my computer's in poor health, there's going to be some issues. For example, we lost... As we see Vidomina come our way, run! We lost lots of playthrough from the Heroes 2 playthrough we did. We played the map Decisions. Great map, love it, fantastic. And unfortunately, we lost a lot of play. I would hate for something like that to happen here. And so I due to needing to stitch some videos together because files were corrupted and needing to get some other things all in order. It's very late at night here on Sunday morning, and I haven't had the opportunity to put out a video this week. And there's a part of me that does feel really, really bad. I'm very, very grateful for all the folks that say, Phixfox, just do the best you can. It'll be fine. We'll take whatever you can give us. I really appreciate that. But I also do feel a certain amount of pressure. And I've kind of committed to getting lots of videos out, and I feel bad when I don't. And I just can't help that. And so for all the folks that say, hey, we need the next video now, I'd always love to give you the next video. When it doesn't happen, Please believe that I did the very best I could with what I had. And I don't know, man. We do the best we can with what we have. Master Genie's not good enough. 5 of the Black Knights. I think that they're actually good enough for this army. But they are -2 morale. And the -2 morale is actually enough to make me want to pull them out. And so the Hobgoblins are going to stay out in favor of the 2 Titans. And then we do still have plenty of rocks that need to be incorporated into this Crag Hack army. And actually, I think that there's a couple more somewhere. Hold on. Krelion? No. I guess that's it. I thought I had more in this area. I guess I do not. We will see. I'm guessing that Vidomina is coming straight for our capital. And this is probably going to be the fight, but we've never been so prepared for this fight. This is it. Oh, we actually could combine the Ogre Magi. So actually we can bring in the Genies. I will do that. The ability to buff 7 of the big, beautiful, wonderful behemoths is going to be worth our time. And otherwise, let's just go for it. Okay. No movement, no movement. Zubin's just going to be annoying. Maybe steal somebody's boat. And then let's call it a day. Let's see what Vidomina does. Ah, she's going in a place I don't want to deal with. It looks like she actually has less troops than she did before. By a lot. This is the best we can do. Tell you what, if we lose here, man, I think we just lose. Because we got double our spell points. This is as good of a fight as I think I'm ever going to get. There's no changes I should make here. This should be the fight. So, there we go. 28 attack, 21 defense, 4 power, 6 knowledge for 120 spell points due to the double mana. 2 titans, 3 genies, orcs, behemoths, ogre magi, thunderbirds. It's not a lot. But at least there's only one stack of the power liches. If I can't win this fight, what fight can I win? Like, seriously though. Like, if I can't win this fight, what can I do? And I can't think of anything. This is kind of make or break time. If I can't beat her now, simply because I don't have a way to counter her spells, then I just lose. Like, I'm never going to be able to catch up. If I can't beat her now, I'm never going to catch up. I don't think that that's unfair of me to say. And so I don't think that me waiting for any reason is actually going to be useful. I don't think 183 goblins is going to be better than the Master Genies, by the way. I don't think that's better. Just because of the random spell. 76 Ogre Magi. I'm going to do it. Alright. We have to beat 150. We have to beat 150 of the fire elementals. They didn't cast that here. Let's see what we can do. The fact that it says we're going to win actually does go a long way for me. But these are all pretty much upgraded troops, minus the vampires, minus these black knights. 6 of the ghost dragons, 15 of the dread knights, 11 black knights, 92 wraiths, 49 vampires, 67 of the power liches. We're going to have to stomp on the power liches. Are they going to kill 57 wolf raiders in retaliation? If they don't, then this is actually the very best thing I can do, is let the wolf raiders deal the damage here. I'm going to move the orc chieftains up. Ogre lords are absolutely ready to rock and roll. And then the titans. Titans are going to move just out of way. Master genies are the same. Oh no, you got this. Whoops. That's not good. That wasn't the plan. Oh my gosh. No! 15 speed versus 12 speed on the Thunderbirds. Ghost dragons are fast enough that they got this. Oh no. And really, 67 power liches did so much damage. Oh no. Oh no. Let's cast slow on you now. You want to play that game? All right, cool. That's fine. Whose retaliation do I want to take with one single Thunderbird? How's about we kill these ghost dragons? Oh no, my retaliation. It's gone. Ancient Behemoths, we're down to 5, but they do get the Bless, which is actually a really nice pickup. Let's focus on these Dread Knights. Ghost dragons are not going to retaliate. And so we do full damage there, down to 1, 55 hit points left. The Wolf Raiders have to get their next turn, and they shall. Let's kill these troops. 28 attack versus 36. Dread Knights for sure, there's no question. And then 54 Ogre Magi are going to have to kill so many vampires. And it's good because they actually have no retaliation. And so I've got to kill them outright if I'm going to potentially make this fight go my way. Once again, Ghost Dragons go. They did not get the aging attack off. I was kind of wondering if they wanted to. Something tells me that they tried to and failed. Did they just cast a spell on the beginning of round 2? Next round begins. No, they have not cast a spell yet. So the enemy has not cast a spell. Perhaps. Let's see. If I cast haste on the Ancient Behemoths, they should get right into the power liches. Let's just see. Yeah, for sure. And so we're going to cast a spell on them. It's going to be protection from water magic. Oof. 29 power liches goes down. And then 2 of the Dread Knights goes down via the 2 Titans. The Titans are, I mean, they're going to put out some good damage for you, and they're not a ranged creature that like Wraiths can just kill. So they feel pretty worthwhile to me. Let's kill full stacks wherever we can. What? Vidomina casts Armageddon for 570 points of damage. I could have done without that. I didn't really want that in my life. Okay. Ouch. So with that being said, my hope is I'm going to kill... Is it possible to kill everybody this round of combat? No, I think... I'm just going to lose my entire army, aren't I? I can't stop this. Oh, actually, maybe I can. Just because of that. Just because of the good luck on the Orc Chieftains, I actually might be able to make this a win right here. Oh, thank goodness. And the good morale. Okay. So we got to kill 14 power liches. We get 2 chances. 1 with the Ancient Behemoths. Oh, unless we just cast haste. Boop. And boop. It cost us almost everything. But Crag Hack did defeat Vidomina. She definitely made it a pain with that Armageddon. Why the Armageddon and not the Summoned Fire Elemental? I don't know. I don't know. I think it's pretty clear based off the previous fight that the Summoned Fire Elemental probably would have won you the scenario. You've got enough attack skill and defense skill to make that happen. I don't know why you chose one over the other, but especially because of the haste and being able to manipulate turn order, I was able to overcome the enemy. In fact, if she had first aid or artillery, by casting the Armageddon, she might have hamstringed herself by taking rid of her 2 of those options to run away. So we've now defeated Thant, we defeated Straker, we now defeated Vidomina. Granted, we've technically lost the scenario. In the interest of time, we're still moving on. And Crag Hack has pretty much won the scenario from here. That's why Tome of Fire Magic. It wasn't like a 5th level Mage Guild where they picked up the Summon Fire Elemental. It was the Tome of Fire Magic. Orb of Vulnerability. Orb negates natural magic resistance. That's why the Red Dragon got slowed in the previous playthrough. Boots of Speed, wonderful. +5, +4, +4. Pendant of Negativity, interesting. Well, a wise person once said, bro, WTF, why would you cast Armageddon on yourself? And that wise person was not wrong. So, Vey is going to get these forces over here as we try and do a quick little swap These troops are going to be more valuable now because there's space for them. We've got a little bit of gold here. We're gonna spend the gold tomorrow. And then let's have Zubin go into this far corner so that we can catch Fafnir on the way out. We need to get some good push into the enemy's territory. I don't think that the enemy has any means of defeating the Black Knights that are guarding that area. I think that we've pretty much won the scenario. Pretty much. And based off of what we just saw there, I don't want Fafnir to run. Can we reach? We can. Let's not jump the gun. Let's be smart. We need to get Gerd's troops here to the front. Here and here. Might as well bring the Cyclopes. In fact, sure, bring some very fast creatures. Man, that's slow. The first turn slow because the Ghost Dragons were so fast. Absolutely. I almost lost my head. I said to myself, oh no. Because then I wondered if it would have been better to have actually had those Silver Pegasi. I don't remember. I don't recall. I'll have to double check. Let's see. 12 speed? Yeah, that wouldn't matter. Yeah, Thunderbirds were just as fast or faster than the Silver Pegasi, so oh well. +1 attack skill. I will take the Dragon Scale armor here. I do think it's better for the +8 instead of the +4. And then you gotta go with Fire Magic. Sure, why not? Sarog would love that because they did pick up the basic Fire Magic, but even so, now Crag Hack is able to cast Berserk, summon Fire Elemental. With 101 spell points, this scenario is now over. Let's just roll through this as fast as we can. So let's ignore some stuff that isn't gonna matter to us. Let's just focus on the stuff that could hurt pretty bad. Let's try and make people focus on this Titan. I think that he's worth your time. If only you will attack him. Let us cast our slow. And the Bone Dragons did not pick up damage there. Interesting. 47 damage. 1 red dragon goes down. Behemoths are going to take a little bit of a beating, but 114 hit points left still. Don't care about the Black Knights. If they die, I'm really fine with that. Let's let them die if they want to die. And then everybody else should be able to just blast you from afar. Yeah, pretty much. I kind of hope Fafnir runs here. That saved me about 90 goblins, which is A-okay. And then from here, I'm just going to flag everything that the enemy's already flagged for me once. And I will just wait at these refugee camps. The refugee camps really did turn into something of a, what do you call it, spoiler. They were the wild card in this scenario. And the fact that I picked up 2 Titans when this scenario is not lost upon me, you gotta do what you gotta do. And that's what was necessary, so that's what we did. Did they upgrade the Mage Guild here? They did not. I don't think that they are ever gonna come back, so we're gonna go up to Animate Dead. At least we have that now too, in case we ever do run some undead troops. Gerd's gonna sit and wait. You're waiting, you're waiting. Clearing here. And here. Okay, on to a new day. A large nearby goblin tribe sends us some of their finest, some of their best, some of their brightest. Finally, it's time that we get to pick up here for the +1. I'm going to take the knowledge. A tingle of magic fills the air of this school of mystical arts. An acolyte offers to sign you up for the next class for 1,000 gold. You will have your choice of increasing your knowledge or learning to better focus your powers. Knowledge. Knowledge. We've got enough spell power. I think the knowledge just really is where it's at. And then Zubin. It's going to go in this direction. I hope that nobody else comes by boat. I'm guessing that they could. I mean, I know that they could. I'm wondering if they will or not. Dragon Caves are going to be better than the 5 Black Knights. I'll lose the goblins here. I'll come back for the dragons in just 1 second. Everybody else, you have my permission to join my army. Be all you can be. Which is the slogan, or at least was the slogan forever and ever for the United States military. And as far as slogans go, it was actually pretty good. I remember as a kid thinking, yeah, I'll be all I can be. Ultimately, I'm glad that I didn't test whether or not I could be all I could be. Because I just... I don't think that was really the path that would have led me to the most happiness. I've got a lot of respect for people in the armed forces. A lot of respect. As they steal the dragon that I was going to pick up. Okay. I've got family members that are law enforcement. I married into that kind of family, and I'm very grateful that I did. I really do respect and look up to the folks that serve their country and protect the people that they love. Absolutely, I do. And it's something that is not easy to do, and it's not something that I really want to do. And so I'm glad that there's people out there that have taken the time and the effort to protect people. Well, never mind. I was about to say I don't get political, and then I was going to go back and I was going to get just a little bit political. We're not going to do that. I don't get political here. This is a game. And anytime I hear a celebrity give their political opinions, or like an athlete, I can't help it. You're a person, you're allowed to have your opinions, sure. But don't think that that means that I have to listen to you. What are your qualifications? Why should I listen to you? What do you know about this more than I do? And quite frankly, I think the answer is nothing. And so for that reason, I don't actually really want to listen to you that much. I don't know. I'm sure there's many good, learned people out there that have, you know, taken the time to figure out a well thought out opinion. But still, I don't feel the need to simply believe you because you sell out concerts or arenas. It just doesn't feel like the most worthwhile thing to me. East to Ferris Swampy, where it is owned by the Even Hand. They do not like intruders. Fair enough. I'm actually going to wait here. Well, I'm going to go to here, actually. I think that Zubin can reach me next turn. They can go to right here. Let's go just to the other side of this. Oh, hold on. Somebody else is going to pick up that cave in just one moment. As we start picking up dragons fairly quickly. The Cyclopes, I'm going to trade out just so I can get them upgraded somewhere else. And then Black Knights, it's definitely time to let them go. But not in favor of the Wolf Raiders. It'll be the other gentlemen that go through. +1, I'm just going to keep all these artifacts there. Zubin does need to go to that dragon cave. Because it's been conquered this week, I don't think that he has to actually fight it again. I think he just gets to pick up dragons. I'm going to accept these losses. Picking up some magic spell points there. And this is weird. A black border gate. We found it. This is what the black tent was for. Black border gate and liches guarding stuff. Because we're looking for... Hold on. We got to find the ribcage. I think that we have to keep searching until we just find it. It's in one of these like little areas. But where exactly, I don't remember. Jedi's here. I don't see it there, so I'm just going to continue on. We should win this fight. He didn't look like he had much to him. And somebody else is going to have to pick up these estates for me? No, I'll grab them real quick. This will just prevent the enemy from getting some additional opportunities. Yeah, more liches. Ladybird of Luck. Let's not fight unless we have to. Zubin should pick up dragons, at least here. And then everybody else is pretty much just waiting as Crag Hack searches diligently for our final destination. 1,000 gold there. That's interesting. Purple border... Oh no. It looks as if the Necromancers of the Even Hand are barricaded in their main castle. Perhaps you can deal with these cowards later. In the meantime, you can continue your quest for the ribcage. They've done it. They figured out a way where I can never take their castle. I can never defeat Cold Soul. And that bothers me. I don't like that at all. At least in the previous scenario, I was able to actually go back through some barrier somewhere and find these guys, but now I'm just sunk. Additional hobgoblins, look at you! Thafter actually defeated all those Black Knights, and that seems to suit me just fine. Now that I know that I can't 100% this scenario, like I can't just win everything, then so be it. Like, so be it. Is it this one? I feel like eventually I'm going to kill liches and they're just going to give me the rib cage. I guess not. Okay. Am I going to see it or do I have to defeat them all? I think it just gives it to me at some point. If you've played this game before, I'm sure that you're just yelling at me right now like, Phixfox, isn't it obvious? And I'm like, no, it's not. I'm sorry, it's not obvious. Ring of the Wayfarer. These are power liches. It's been liches everywhere else. Let's assume that in this bottom right corner that these hordes of power liches, that there's going to be something nice there. As the liches attack, you notice one of them is wearing armor appearing to be made of human ribs. So honestly, we didn't actually have to defeat this map like we did. So we didn't have to really defeat Thant and Straker and Vidomina. We just needed to be fast enough to run by them, to go through the swamps, and to eventually get to this far right corner, which we have now done, but you didn't have to do that. I think that this is going to be the final fight, and so for that reason, we are going to fight this fight. And my ragtag forces, including this one Titan who lost his friend a while ago, are hopefully going to destroy the undead. 230 points of damage. I'll survive, but okay, it's the final fight. Magical energies of more powerful spells than level 1 are sucked away from the cursed ground. Never mind. We're just gonna do a slow then. It served us so very, very well that we might as well finish this fight with a slow. Down to 21 and 29 of the power liches, down to 16 once the behemoths get into the fight. The hobgoblins are going to slowly make their way across the battlefield. I don't think that they're actually going to be that useful. Bloodlust is not able to be cast. I didn't realize that Bloodlust, I guess Bloodlust is a level 2 spell, isn't it? Huh. Little interesting. I did not even realize that. No, it's a level 1 spell. You liar. Bloodlust is a level 1 spell. I can cast it here, but my Ogre Magi can't cast it. They're very, very sad. They went to college just so they could learn how to cast that spell. How dare you take away from them all of their hard work. Folks, that's one Thunderbird that goes down in this fight against these 64 power liches, one of which was wearing a ribbed cage, and this will increase your power skill by 2. Congratulations, we have found the rib cage. We can claim victory. I do just want to point out very, very quickly that if we're looking at this scenario, there is a lot of map here to be played. There's a lot of map to be had. And it seems to me like we didn't actually need to complete so much of the scenario as we have. Like, we really didn't, but we did. Everything that's like in this area here, sure, we could probably go through and try and defeat it. Okay, fine, really. But I think that to win this scenario and to do it more efficiently than I did, you really just kind of have to, you got to start here, take your stronghold, and then you definitely want to get everything in here, because what is there? There's rocks here and here. There's ogres here, wolves, and no orcs, but ogres and thunderbirds and wolves. And then you definitely want to use those troops. I think you definitely want to take this castle here before you head north. And as you head north, and maybe you take this castle, maybe you don't, you definitely got to get the white tent there so you can go through this barrier, because going through this barrier right here is not nearly so good, I think. I think because you have to defeat the extra troops, and just like with the access points, it felt like that was worse. And it feels so bad. It was Caitlin who got to like right about here, and she saw the tent, but she didn't actually take it. That was my bad. I wasted time getting one archer tower, but if I'd done that, then I probably could have actually sped through the scenario. Granted, you have to beat the scenario to know what you could have done. I just didn't know. And so, whoops, my bad. Okay. Otherwise, we didn't actually have to defeat Thant. We didn't actually have to defeat Straker. But darn it, after Vidomina summoned 150 to 180 of the fire elementals, I definitely had to beat her. And so I'm sure you could do this map way better than I did. It was still a whole ton of fun. And when it comes right down to it, I'm looking forward to all the feedback on things I could have done differently on this map, things I could have done better. And so I'm looking forward to that just as soon as you give me the opportunity to tell me what could have been. Folks, in the meantime, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your energy. It's been an absolute pleasure to be here. This does not count as a win because we did end up losing and having to restart, but my name is Phixfox. I'm grateful for the time, grateful for the energy, and grateful for your understanding. We just needed to get out of the scenario. Take good care of you, your friends, and family. And I'll plan on seeing you for the next one for Crag Hack as soon as I can. Until then, I'm out.